This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Network podcasts.
And we are rolling.
So, James, what day is it?
It's MCM Comic Con.
It's MCM Comic Con. It's not Monday, though, is it?
Oh, wait, no, it is Monday.
No, this must be Gardener's Question time or something. This can't be the Danger Club podcast because
no.
It's because it's not a Monday.
It's got to be Radio 4.
Does anyone have any gardening questions?
Yeah, if you plant chilies now, are they going to grow?
No.
Oh, also you can plant olive trees like in the UK, and because they're quite hardy, and actually some of them need winters to like sort of toughen them up and get a bountiful harvest off their olive.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of the Danger Club podcast.
Ask about the olives. I'm not gonna lie, I love olives.
We are back in the studio midweek to bring you a special little episode with some of the cast. We don't have Drummond here. Drummond is away being ill. We don't have Ross. Ross is away on vacation. But
we don't care about that.
That does mean we've all got a lot more space to spread out and enjoy ourselves. So,
no hitting the lamp.
well, hey, the lamp is here.
Dan is still in the same place.
Yeah, I don't have any more space.
If
James
anything,
and Scott
I've
have
moved Dan
benefited from this.
a little bit further over from the lamp.
What are we
have to
doing?
leave your microphone to hit
So-
the lamp.
What are we doing? Dan?
Right, there is a reason that we're doing an episode outside of our normal episodes, and that is because something very exciting came out from Paizo recently. That is a book called The Lost Omens Character Guide. And we don't always do specials. We did a special for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, obviously. We did our Fall of Plaguestone special, where we had some new characters in for that. But what is interesting about the Lost Omens Character Guide is it is the first book that brings in some new ancestries. It brings in some brand new ancestries. It brings in some heritages for existing ancestries, so you can change up. You can be a weird elf or maybe something different. We'll find out. And also it brings in factions. So it brings in some of the real important factions in the world, like the Magambian wizards, who are sort of old school wizards from the Moagi Expanse. It brings in like the Pathfinder Society, and it gives you loads of options if you want to play one of those characters. And it brings in archetypes that you can put in on those characters. And one of the things that seems to have come out of this Lost Omens Character Guide is that a lot of people, when I've been talking to about it, aren't 100% sure what it's for. They're not 100% sure why you need it or what you do with your game. So we thought the best way to do it, since we don't really do reviews on this, was to get a copy of it, make some characters, and play an adventure using stuff from this book, using some of the new things that now exist in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So we have got James, Colin, and Scott here.
Yeah.
We are going to be playing through the Pathfinder Society scenario, the Sandstone Secret, which is the very first Pathfinder Society scenario for 2nd edition. We're going to play through that, and everyone is playing something from this new book. Everyone is playing either a new ancestry, a new heritage, and everyone has an archetype. So everyone is a member of one of the factions, and they get some abilities and stuff to do with that. I made the characters this week. It was quite a busy week, so I did as well as I can. However, some of them are more flavorful than perhaps tactically built. We will find out as we play through exactly which ones.
I don't know what on earth you mean. I've looked at my character sheet for a couple of hours now, and I don't know what you could possibly mean regarding any of the characters, especially not mine.
Rock solid.
Shall we have a Lost Omens Character Guide adventure?
Yeah, I'm slightly worried you'd said that as you unzipped and took off your top. Here we go, it's adventure time.
What Scott just said, though, is we have just been staring at our character sheets for about an hour, just not knowing what the hell, because we've given a very small backstory and a name to our characters, but really, these are all very new to us, and yeah, we're rolling with the punch.
It's an adventure for us and everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not going to be an adventure like the main podcast, where you guys have been playing your characters for a year and a half and are razor sharp with your tactical decisions on it, and are an efficient fighting force. There may be some small mistakes in here, but that's fine. We're going to find that out and try not to TPK on this relatively straightforward thing. So the backstory to this: each of you are individuals. You are all members of your own separate factions, and you have all been sent to work with the Pathfinder Society in Absalom. The Pathfinder Society is an organization that goes out and discovers. Their motto is explore, report, cooperate. So they go out, they find things, they bring them back. Sometimes they save the world. All of your factions are seeking better relations with the Pathfinders, and so they have sent you as their representatives to see if you can help them with a task. And with that in mind, all three of you have been dispatched by the Pathfinder Society to the country of Osirian. Osirian is in the south. It is a really ancient country. It is mostly desert. It was once ruled by pharaohs. It was then taken over by other nations and has recently gained its independence. So the people there are very hardy and fiercely independent. You've all arrived, one after the other, at a place called the Sand-Swept Hall. It is a great, ornate-looking building in the city of Sothis, made of sandstone and carved. It has got a lovely garden as the main attraction of it, a big garden outside where there are lots of palm trees growing that offer some shade. Each of you arrive in turn, starting in the garden with James's character walks in the door. James, who has just walked into this garden?
What has just walked into this garden? It's not who, it should be a what, really. Is a Leshy gourd, or a gourd Leshy, which are created by druids originally. And they can be weird little fungus creatures. They can be, in this case, or made of leaves or made of vines. But this little chap, he has a sort of pumpkin for a head that's hollowed out that you can put things in. and they are small. He's very small, and they're quite cute. If you like, sort of pumpkins walking around with little leafy bodies.
He's a tiny guy with a pumpkin for a head.
Yes. He's a tiny guy with a pumpkin for a head.
Yes, and you can put things in his pumpkin head.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Do you want to introduce my name?
I would like to know your name, yes.
Good. He is Flash Gordon.
Lovely.
Oh, of
but
course.
he has a reason why his name's Flash. So maybe
excellent.
Ask him, yeah.
So Flash Gordon, you enter and you have a sit in the garden, and you're brought some water.
Thank you.
Another person arrives shortly afterwards. Colin, who walks into the garden next?
So in walks a 6'2" goblin-looking being, like a hobgoblin. He's actually a Hellknight, so he's got kind of like light black armor on, sort of bright red eyes, sort of grey greeny skin. It looks pretty vicious. Carrying a big mace, and sort of brown sort of bandages wrapped around his foot like shrouds, and he walks into the garden looking pretty grim.
Yeah.
Did you say he had a light black armor on?
Yeah,
okay.
No, light armor, but it's black in colour. Sorry, I didn't say a very...
the colour was like, light black,
imagine that.
I was like, wow, these Hell Knights.
Interesting.
Different shades of black.
Yeah, when they go out, they're like, shall I take the black or the light black?
I'm not sure. Do you think I look good in the dark black or the I don't know.
I've got this black one or this black one.
Oh, it is summer.
Onyx black, I prefer obsidian.
Yeah.
Anish Kapoor really screwed over the Hell Knights when he bought Vanta Black, isn't it?
That was a niche reference there, Dan. Nice, that was good.
A little art knowledge there for you. So
he's got a couple of like alchemical things strapped to him as well.
Okay.
Yeah. He's he's a pretty.
He looks like a pretty scary dude.
Yeah.
All right. And just behind him, walking in, who is the final person to walk into this garden?
The final person to walk in behind these people's...
Are you doing your voice?
Yes, I'm doing the voice in a sort of way that introduces him in a non-diegetic, but also diegetic way for those of you who know the film and things like that. He is Felix Firefinger, and he's a dwarf. But He has got his chest piece wide open and also so much fire, but smoldering fire. His chest hair is on smoldering. His mohawk, which is bright red, is smoldering. His ruby eyes glitter in the sunlight. I presume there is sunlight.
There is sunlight, yes.
Correct,
Oh, yes.
there is ruby
sunlight.
eyes glitter. He's covered in rings and not chest pieces. He's already got his chest piece open. He's covered in rings.
He's got chest pieces everywhere.
Yeah, he's got
Covered in rings.
Just a couple of rooks.
chest piece on his forehead and shit like that. He's got a waistcoat which is open and bangles and necklaces and all kinds of things, for he is Felix Firefinger. Brr.
I haven't said my character's name.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
introduce myself in character.
Felix Firefinger took it upon himself to talk to himself in the third person as he walked in.
Can we all hear this?
Probably, yes. Probably you can hear.
So he's a dwarf who's kind of on fire.
Yeah. So elemental heart dwarf, which is what he is, have a connection to the elements, and this one's got a connection to fire. So there is a sort of smoulderingness to him, which maybe will ascend to a sort of more flamey bit later on, but I don't know. But it's sort of always giving off a waft of. I mean, it's fireworks night over here in at the moment when we're recording this.
Remember.
Yeah, so that smell you can smell right now, that sort of singed atmosphere.
Excuse me, did you ever hear about the hobgoblin who talked to himself? I noticed you were talking to yourself.
No, I was talking to myself.
Did you ever hear about the story of the hobgoblin that talked to himself?
Well, Felix has never heard this story. Please tell me, friend.
That hobgoblin went mad, but then again, he was a hobgoblin.
Cool story, bro. My name's Flash. Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Flash.
but this planted talks to me now. This is okay for Felix. Felix is used to things like this.
Good. Felix, you give your name away very quickly.
Yes,
as do
because
you.
I, Felix Firefinger,
Flash.
am a brave firebrand, and I am famous.
Oh, good.
Famous.
I like your chest piece.
Thank you,
It's very
fellow
open.
friend. You are, yes,
Yes.
it's an open chest piece.
I can see.
Yes, everything I wear is metal and it is hot on my skin now.
Yes.
You, friend, you talk about Hobgoblin like you are not Hobgoblin, but look like you are Hobgoblin.
One doesn't need to say whether one is a hobgoblin when one is obviously a hobgoblin.
Well, okay.
Does one?
No, I mean, no, I have never been Hobgoblin. Would not like to say if I am Hobgoblin or not, but okay, this sounds...
Are you a hobgoblin as well?
Me, no. Felix Firefinger is dwarf with ancient connection to power of land.
Yes, and you, Flash, you are a very different character, aren't you?
Did you say Flash or did you say Flesh?
I said Flash.
Flash?
Yes, Flash. That is your name, my...
No, it's Flash.
Yes.
Flesh Gordon.
Yes.
Okay. Sound good. Sound like name maybe one of my brothers would have. Yes, sound like I know people called Flash Gordon, maybe in the Firebrands, of which I am a member.
You hear some footsteps, and you see that there is a man approaching you from across the thing. He wears a turban. He wears some silken robes. He stops for a moment, reaches up as he gets near you to one of the palm trees, and he plucks a date down from the palm tree as he walks over to you. He says, "Greetings, my friends. My name is Norden Belantia. I am the venture captain here of this establishment. I am responsible for Pathfinder activity in this part of the world. Would you care for a date?"
Yeah, why not?
He hands you a date and then considers how you're going to eat it.
Well, yeah, Flash just sort of posts it into his mouth, sort of smiley mouth hole, and it just sits in his head. Delicious.
Oh, this is... okay, strange to watch.
Weird.
Felix will take one of your dates.
What's
Do you want this
weird
one?
to
And
some...
Flash takes it out of
No,
his mouth.
no. It's okay.
What's weird to one is not weird to another. Have you not heard of this phrase?
Can I ask out of character,
Yes,
Colin?
of course, yeah.
Is your character? Does he have a face bit of like a helmet on or a faceplate or something?
No, he hasn't got a helmet on at the moment.
He's got an open chest mouthpiece.
Yeah, right.
He hasn't got a helmet on. Okay, so we can see.
You can see his.
So Felix is just watching this guy's mouth move extraordinarily.
He's got a kind of not a smile as such, but his mouth is definitely always in the smile. His mouth is always wide. Do you see what I mean? Like his teeth are always glaring out. But and his corners of his mouth are turned up, but he's not smiling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I definitely know what you mean. That is weird. Yeah,
like a vicious kind of
Northern Ballantyre.
Yes, that is actually correct. I'm so not used to anyone on this podcast getting the names of NPCs right, so it threw me when you said my actual name. That is my name, yes.
Have you ever had roasted date before?
I've never roasted a date, no.
Allow me, Felix Firefinger, to give you roasted date. Felix puts his hand out for a date.
He hands you a date.
Takes the date, and can I heat it up and set fire to it?
Yes, you may. You kind of crush it hold it in your fist for a moment. Your fist lights up, smoke pours from your hand, and you hand back a crispy date.
Here you are, and this time, Northern Ballantyre, you will never forget your first date with Felix Firefinger.
It's a very funny.
I feel you've done this bit before.
Yes, it didn't go down so well in Irison.
I don't get it. Excuse me, Norden, may I possibly trouble you to have one of your delicious, delectable dates that you have just picked from your tree?
So unsettling when he speaks, I don't know why. It's just something about it.
He shudders slightly and then just hands you one of the dates.
It's so unnatural the way he eats. Why? Well, why would he choose to make that much noise?
Who needs Sirenscape?
Absolutely delicious. And I spit the pip out on the floor into a steel bucket, apparently.
Possess a steel bucket. Spit it into Flash Gordon's head.
Lucky you had. Is that bucket over there for the date pips, may I ask, Norden?
It is now.
Yes, indeed.
I wanted to thank you all for coming. I know that you are not all regular members of the Pathfinder Society, but I'm hoping that you will be able to help us with a very important task. Tell me, what are your names? Well, I know...
Felix Firefinger, member of the Firebrands and great adventurer in many parts of the world. Look, I have tattoo with crossed sword on it. You can tell my status as a legitimate member of Firebrands, but I still have to be official.
I see.
And that status does not change?
Never! You are Firebrand for life once you are Firebrand.
Right.
Well, when you're a Firebrand, you Firebrand away from your first roasted date to your last dying day.
Good.
When you Firebrand, your last guy in town, from the first sunset rise to the last sundown.
Reminds me of something my grandmother used to sing.
I never want to meet your grandmother. My name's Flash Gordon.
Greetings, Flash. You are quite unusual.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Well, I was made by a druid far to the north who used to fill my head with silver and used to flash. That's why I got the name Flash, you see. And then one day my druid sat by a tree and never got up. And I waited and I waited. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, until I couldn't tell what was druid and what was tree. And then I left. And initially, I sort of wandered the land, you see. And I don't like children. There's no children on this quest, is there?
What did story involve? What?
Well, I used to be welcomed everywhere I went, and everyone would say, oh, look, oh, he's so cute. And then they give me to their children, and they try and pull my head off. And they try and pick my leaves, and they try and pull me apart, and I don't like children, so I kept going north and north and north.
And may I ask,
North is famous for not having any children.
There were less children, yes.
May I ask, young Flash, what happened to those children?
Oh, I just ran away.
Oh, you didn't
Always
take
running.
their heads off then?
Whoa,
No.
what?
No,
I'm
that
just
would have been
trying to
evil.
see the man flesh.
I'm a god. God Leshy.
Yes. I've heard of your kind.
Oh.
Felix has never heard of Gord
No,
Leshy, strange plant talking man with bin for heads. Very good though, for putting things in, but will not put things in because this will be offensive.
No, you can. I don't mind.
Oh, great. Felix takes his dates, pips, and puts them in Flash Gordon's head. Wondering where I was going to put these things, you know.
I think there's a bucket over there.
Oh, look, a steel bucket.
Flash just goes and empties his head into the steel bucket.
The pips tumble into the bucket. And you, Hobgoblin?
My name is Slick. Slick Lee Bickles. As I say, you can call me Slick. That will be welcome.
You are, welcome, Slick. You are a member of the Hellknights, are you?
That is correct.
I recognize the armor. Well, I trust we will
The
have
light
no trouble.
black armour that I wear. Yes, it is
Fetching shade of light black.
definitely part of the Hellknights.
Very well. Well, let me tell you about the task which we have laid out.
Thank you.
Osirian is a truly ancient nation. It dates back long before any of the human civilizations on Avestan to the north. But over the years it has struggled, first being ruled by many pharaohs and then invaded by the nation of Kalesh, enslaved for many generations, and recently under the new pharaohs, restored to independence. Now, over the time that it has been in the hands of others, the many great treasures of this country have been stolen away by those who wish to display them elsewhere. And in the last few years, the residents of Osirian have become much more guarded about their cultural history. It is very hard to get permits to explore ancient ruins nowadays. So I was quite surprised when I found that my approval, one that I had put in a long time ago before the law changed, to investigate a site out in the desert, was suddenly approved. I have received a letter through just now. So I tried to assemble a team, but there were no Pathfinders currently available, and so the Grand Lodge in Absalom suggested the three of you might be willing to undertake this task. What I am asking is that you take this permit, that you travel out to the dig site in the desert, and that you investigate what is there. I have very little to go on at the moment about what it looks like. It is apparently just a staircase that descends down into the sand. I would like you to go there, talk to the guards who are protecting it, show them your identification, and then investigate, report, and return to me. Does that sound like something you would be able to undertake?
Ha! This quest will be easy for Felix Firefinger! And Flash Gordon! And the Hellknight. Slick Lee Blickley. Blick.
Almost.
Well,
Slick Lee Bickles
Yes.
is the name.
you say this with the trappings of order that your kind is well known for.
Yes. Order of the Most High or Low, depending on what you consider to be the scale of which you are looking into, if you see what I mean.
So many times I thought this sentence was going to end, but it did not end.
I'm never sure.
Never say anything unless anything is worth saying.
I disagree entirely. Right, let's go.
Do you have any questions before you leave?
No, let's just go.
Staircase, desert, guards, standard.
What dangers do you foresee, Norden?
Not children.
Why do you hate children so much? What is it you have against
They
children?
tried to pull his head off. If one's head was taken from
This
one's
is just
shoulders,
fun.
would you be
Fun
laugh-
childhood
Would you
thing.
like to have your head pulled off?
Never. For no one could ever take Felix Firefinger's head off.
Maybe one day you will try to have your head
In
pulled
which
off.
case, I will say that you, Flash Gordon, were right, and I will hold a grudge against all children for losing my head.
Good.
Maybe you've never heard the story of the Hobgoblin who lost his head.
No,
Let's
I do not
go.
want to hear this, please. Wait, there was a question for that Bickley had.
Oh, yes. Undead?
Yes. The desert will be your main enemy traveling there. I warn you against traveling during the midday sun.
But why?
Why do we do that?
Why would we do that? Let's go at night.
It's more said, but during the night it will be very cold. Travel in the
I don't
evenings and the
mind.
mornings. Wrap up warm at night, and do not travel in the midday sun. You will need this map. He takes a map out and offers it to the three of you.
Flash takes it and puts it in his head.
Okay.
I was wondering when that's going to come.
That's great.
You
I've
can,
memorized it.
it's all up here.
It's all up here. Yeah.
It's a lie.
You should say the gourd Leshy can contain one bulk in their head, which is actually quite a lot. That's 10 light items, so you can fit quite a lot of stuff in your head. Otherwise, I really don't know what to expect. As I say, all I know it is a staircase descending into the sand. Hopefully, you will be able to find that there. You will need to obtain some camels. I suggest that there is a small caravanserai. Is that how it's pronounced? I've only ever seen it in civilization.
I heard it is caravanserai.
Caravanserai.
A caravanserai sounds like a
Caravanserai.
patisserie, but for camels.
Let's
maybe.
call the whole thing off. You'll need to obtain some camels on the edge of town, and then you'll be able to make the journey. It should take you no more than 2 days to reach there.
Out of character, I'm really perplexed now. Dangerous, could you tweet us what the pronunciation on that word is?
I think it's caravanserai. Sarai? Sarai.
It's an AI, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey, Siri, whatever will buy, will buy.
Anyway, you tweet us. Tell us what it is. I'm sure the Discord link.
Tweet
will tell
us, Morocco.
Tweet us, Discord, Facebook, Snapchat. You know, we don't do Snapchat, do we? Get on there
we
anyway.
will.
Get on there anyway.
Right, so you are shown out.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Does the staircase have a banister?
I suggest you make that part of your report. I'm afraid I don't know.
Oh, well, it wouldn't be very safe, would it?
No.
I'm
Oh,
a big fan of banisters.
yes.
What do we expect to find at the bottom of these stairs?
Oh, he doesn't know.
Yes, a mystery.
Yeah, that's what I was just checking.
But a mystery, hopefully, with a banister.
Yes.
I like a banister.
Is it called a banister in America? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Handrail of some kind. I would
Handrail,
imagine.
yeah.
Have you ever heard the story of the Hobgoblin who
Let's
tried to
go.
walk
Okay,
down the
we stop
stairs
leaving.
without a handrail to hold?
All right.
Flash
so-
literally sort of has this sort of slightly skippy walk. Just sort of starts skipping out.
That was going to be a good story. But
Oh, we've got time.
What do you say to go on for last, eh?
You have to earn it, okay?
So it's he gives you, along with the map, he gives you the permit for being
it in
able to
the head.
explore that, to give to, it goes in the head,
Yeah.
to give to the guards when you find them, to show that you have an official reason for being there. You're not just tomb raiders. So you make your way out of the sand-swept hall, through the streets of Sothis and to the edge of town, where there is a Caravanserai Saru, a place that sells camels, where there is a gentleman tending to some camels. He turns to you, approach, and says, "Hi there!
Oh,
We would like to have your camels, please.
You want all of my camels?"
We will take 2 camels for us.
3, maybe.
2 camels.
Better.
I mean, I don't need.
Yeah, the Leshy can
You
bunk
don't
up with
need
me.
one.
I go with the man not on fire.
What?
Yes, that
I'm made
might be
plants.
wise.
Oh, I'm not on fire, just a little bit of smoke. Surely you I see. Wait, I can see this. Yes, you are made of plant and vegetation.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
How will your bottom be on this camel? Will the camel
My bottom hair does not
I
smolder.
don't
It is
know.
just my chest hair, my fantastic bright red chest hair
just to
I
make
don't-
sure?
and mohawk
I don't know about you,
of
but camels.
freedom. My mohawk of freedom and liberty.
Yes, ride with me, Leshy.
Yes, sure.
Ride with.
Pick the symbol of oppression and darkness in the
I'll
world.
take my own camel. They give me
Very
the
well. Are you working with the Pathfinders?
Yes.
That is correct. We are finders of the path.
Seekers of the banisters.
Actually, I know that obviously I have, I've with the Firebrands, and I know that Slick over here represents the darkest of orders in the world. But I don't know about you, little gourd head thing. Who do you work for before you came here?
Well, no, I still am. I'm a last war survivor. So, I spent my time in the Gravelands, really, trying to reclaim it from the Whispering Tyrant. I was there when Last War fell.
I've heard this so many times. I was there when Last Fall fell. You don't know what it's like there now. I got there before all the shops got in,
No, do you know what? I prefer it now.
You prefer it now?
There's no children. There's no children in the Gravelands.
I've heard this
quite
many
like it.
times as well. Lots of people claim to have been when that place fell.
I
But,
really was. I really was.
Reports only say there were a few thousand when I've met many thousands that claim to have been
And
there.
I bet you executed them, didn't you?
Sometimes yes.
Is that what you do?
Sometimes no. It all depends on the man.
Does he have to come?
Very well. I will let you have your.
Yes,
you can
of
have your camels. My assistant will bring them over. A lizard folk with orange scales comes walking around the corner, leading some camels. The lizard folk is wearing a wooden mask hanging on a cord around her neck. He says, "My assistant here wanted to one day be an adventurer. They are a powerful wizard. However, unfortunately, they're feeling a little under the weather, so they decided to be a stable hand instead. Despite being quite expertly built, the mask sort of flies up and hovers around her head for a little bit. He's like, "Don't do that, and certainly don't show off any of your powerful healing magic and buffing spells." Back in the room with you, the lizard looks sad and leaves, hands you your camels and then goes away. Lizard folk are also a playable race in the Lost Omens character guide.
With
I wondered
Crash
why you
Bandicoot's
did
heads,
that, Dan.
apparently.
I mean, we could listen. If this lizard folk used to be adventurer, surely she could just come with us. We're spare pace on camel.
She's gone now.
Oh, surely if people who told story wanted to advertise it so much, we could just have her walk with us for a while and get her to do cool things.
Yes, why not bring her in?
I don't know. She doesn't have a name. All right.
We can give her a name.
Fine, all right. She can go with you, but she's very frightened about going into tombs, so she might just have to stay outside.
Totally putting Dan on the spot here. Like, he's not prepared for this.
What's the betting? Her name's Susan Maskface or something.
Her name's Lizard Lemon.
Lizard Lemon.
Lizard Lemon, eh?
Lizard Lemon.
Wow.
But
Does she like to be called Lee?
Sure.
Lee Lemon.
Leslie.
Leslie Lemon.
Yeah.
Leslie
okay.
Lemon.
Hello, Leslie.
Actually, let's leave her. Forget
No,
this.
she can stay.
How long can you keep that up, Dan?
It's the Hound all over again.
Yes.
I want you to sing to me the whole journey.
How much will these camels cost us, fine sir?
If you're working for the Pathfinder Society, then I'm happy for you to take them.
Well, let's get on these camels and ride.
Wait. It's the middle of the day. I
Yes,
think.
we were told to wait until evening unless we want to blister in the heat.
Yes.
My pumpkin's already becoming quite hot.
However, I, Felix Firefinger, am resistant to all kinds of hotness, and he is Felix Firefinger resistant to heat and hot?
I believe he is. For the purposes, I think, yes, he does take... oh, no, the lizard is. He's not.
He's not,
He
okay.
doesn't take any minuses from damage. He can do fire damage, but he himself is not immune to
Fine.
fire.
I love the idea of a sun-stroked dwarf who's on fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Felix's intelligence modifier is 0, however, so he believes absolutely that he is resistant to fire, having just come from quite a cold area. So he's like, yes, I can take this. What? You people cannot, you plant person, and you.
Well, go on, stand in the sun for 5 minutes and let's watch what happens.
Ha, I will do this thing and laugh at you. Felix stands in the sun for 5 minutes.
Stand in the sun.
Flash just goes and sits in the shades, just watching.
Okay. You stand in the sun for 5 minutes. You start to feel really hot and tired. You can stand there for longer if you like.
I come back in after 5 minutes.
Okay.
See, this was easy for me. Felix Firefinger, no problem.
You're looking quite red.
Yes, you look a bit hot under your non-existent collar.
Fiery eyes and my red russet hair of flame and freedom. This is the red color. The red. Have you got any coconut water, just out of interest?
Coconut water?
No, this coconut is very popular in desert area.
No.
Funny you should say that.
Can I put water in you, drink it out of gourd? Maybe it has same effect.
You haven't even bought me a drink yet.
Okay.
That's a bit weird.
Is it
drink from my head?
Oh, what? Putting map and date in head is weird, but not drinking out of head.
Storing it. Yeah, it's not a cup.
Okay, this is fair enough. I know literally nothing about you, so.
So you wait till the evening?
Yeah, let's wait. We just carry on like this until,
Yes, actually, Slickly Bickley has got a joke about Hobgoblin who told the joke. Haven't you, Slickly Bickley?
No, this isn't a joke. This is more of a story. Did you hear about the Hobgoblin who tried to stand in the sun? There was once a Hobgoblin who stood in the sun. After 5 minutes, he called to his mum. His mum came across and whipped him galore. And he said, I will stand in the sun no more. There was a... There's like 5 verses. He spouts.
Wow. So the sun starts to dip and it does get cooler and you're able to finally set off. So you travel for a couple of days. It is uneventful, you're travelling, so long as you manage to stay. You travel during the day, travel during the evenings and the mornings. You avoid the midday sun, and eventually, following the map, you sometimes have to fish out of the Leshy's
I can get it myself.
No, let me take it.
All right.
So you
I don't know why you're making this weird.
like magnetic fishing. Just
It's like a tombola.
Yeah.
So
So we're back at the carnival.
date's still in there.
you still got date pips and still just got a date rattling.
Just rattling around in my head.
You arrive at a site. You can see there are some tents set up around this area. There are a few camels, and you can see there's one person in armour with a sort of pointed helmet and a cloak standing around, and you can see some others. You can see some tents pulled close nearby. Close to it, you can see a pair of columns rising up out of the sand, and next to those there is a hole in the ground. You can see a staircase descending down into the darkness.
Is it funny? When the person who gave us this quest, he said the cutting hair of the desert would be the hardest thing, but that was easy. That was so easy.
Felix is just trying to hide his sunburn. Yeah, it does. It's very easy. It's so easy. No problem
Are you sure you
at
don't
all.
want to borrow a hat?
Why? Why I have need of hat?
Okay.
No
Yes,
need
why
of-
indeed.
All right.
No
Come,
need of-
Felix, let's go. And I slap him just on the shoulder gently.
Oh, yeah, let us go and seek fame and adventure together. The fiery firebrand of freedom, and you, the oppressive symbol of order and shit.
I feel like we're going to be friends.
I feel like one of us will die.
Maybe. Did you ever hear about
The story about the people that died in the tomb. Yes, I heard it.
He's just been doing this all the way through the night.
So
2
many
days.
Hobgoblin specific stories.
I have other stories of other I can't even speak.
I think it's time
You're
I have other stories of
Your
other.
bureaucratic nightmare of a land restricts you from speaking in the way that you wish. However,
I think the guy playing me has a weak R.
While this is going on,
When it goes into 2 words, one ending with an R and one beginning, it's quite hard for him to do it. Other races is what he was trying to say.
while this is going on, Flash has got off his camel and he sort of walked over to the guard
Okay.
in the armour and said, "Hello."
There's a lot of things I loved about that exchange. My favourite one that was buried in there is not only that the Gord Leshy has a hat, but has a spare hat, which he could also
He does it.
Yes,
Well,
too.
because otherwise his pumpkin would just blister and burn, or it would
very
get wet and get soggy, and he's got to look after it.
What kind of hat is Flash Gordon wearing?
It's like a little sort of thatched hat, but it looks like it's made of reeds.
like
It
a sort of
comes down.
huckleberry fin
A
kind
little
of.
bit, yeah. It's got quite a wide brim. Just sort of fits in his little hat.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, you go.
Yeah, and he's got glasses. No, he hasn't got glasses. He hasn't got eyes.
You go tottering over to the guard.
That's terrifying. Look into my non-eyes.
It's so grim. The guard levels a spear towards you as you approach. It says, "Who are you?"
I am Flash Gordon, and I'm from the Pathfinders.
I am Felix Firefinger.
Oh, good to know you too.
Firebrand, and also temporary Pathfinder for the purposes of spreading glory for both the Pathfinders and the Firebrands, but never for the Hellknights.
He's very bad.
Hello, sir. You must be the guard.
You are very observant.
Yes, I think I am somewhat.
Tell me, guard, what is your name?
My name is Elkara.
Elkara, how are you standing out here like for a long time? Just standing in heat. Is he wearing armor?
I saw it's a woman. She is wearing some armor, yes.
Must be so hot.
It is very hot, but I'm used to it. My compatriots are sleeping. It is my turn to keep watch. When I saw you approach, I decided to challenge you.
Challenge accepted.
You say, no, wait.
How do we do this challenge?
Yes.
I fear no challenge.
No, I mean to find out who you are, not
Okay.
to...
Well, then you have succeeded. Well done.
Have a little badge.
A successful challenge.
Good challenge.
Flash just gives her a date, but it's a really withered date.
Would you like that roasted?
Please.
We're just circumnavigating Colin's sound effects now.
I assumed you wouldn't be able to make them again, so I just am doing them myself.
Nah, it's good. I'm not going to do any on this one. It's great.
I'm leaning quite heavily on this date roasting thing on it because it reminds me of when we had roasted dates at Christmas time at Scott's last Christmas, and it was great.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's something that I've just retained in my back mind and I haven't. Wow.
In your back mind.
Yeah, back mind. I was going to say subconscious, but I didn't want to sound like a D-bag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your back mind's much
Back
better.
mind.
That's
Successfully avoided.
tweet us back mind.
All right. I will when I'm asleep.
Thank you for this roasted date. It is delicious. You say that you are from the Pathfinder Society.
That is correct. We are pathfinders or finders of the path.
That cannot be correct. The Pathfinder Society are already here. The Pathfinder Society have been here for months.
What do you mean?
Well, they arrived some time ago with their permits and excavated this tomb. Most of them were sent home afterwards. It is only the expedition leader who has remained to catalogue the artifacts.
And what is the name of this expedition leader?
Oh, he says his name is Dervin Klein.
Dervin Klein.
Irvin Klein.
A name that I know well.
Do you?
No.
No, I've never heard it before.
Where is this?
If you are trained in society, then you may make a roll
I am,
to
yeah.
see.
Well,
17.
17.
Bear in mind that you have a society of one.
I know,
That's
it's
a pretty good
It
roll.
was a good roll. It was a good roll. So, you know there aren't any famous Pathfinders with that name. There's not any that spring to mind. You know that you also know that Dervin Guest was one of the founders of the Pathfinders. He was one of the a very, very famous Pathfinder. But you're not really. But you've never heard of a Dervin Klein off the top of your head.
Tell me, where is this Klein?
He is cataloguing downstairs, but he had the proper paperwork. So we have left
Downstairs
it.
in the pit.
Yes, in the tomb.
Yes.
Tell me, my fleshy friend here is very concerned about health and safety. Does this staircase have banister?
It has.
Sometimes people know it as a handrail.
These people are idiots.
I am glad you explained that.
Let's not slag off a whole country.
But there is a country in Galarian which names things for handrail.
Why, you've got me there.
Why did you not have a story involving a hobgoblin that's named everything the handrail? Surely.
No, I do not.
oh, that's a first.
Makes a fucking
Right,
change.
There's no handrail, okay?
There's no handrail.
No.
Then perhaps
There's
you
a
should
banister.
start to...
Yay!
Flash,
Hooray for freedom!
Flash, even though he's got an immobile face, looks pleased about the banister.
Yes.
Oh.
Tell me, is this Klein Dervine, is he armed?
Why would you ask such a thing? Are you tomb robbers?
No, here's the paperwork.
Here's our
I
paperwork.
hand her the rather sort of crumpled thing from my head.
She takes it and looks at it and says,
I think you'll find that's all in order.
interesting. I will put it with the others. Yeah, the other. He goes to the. She goes to the table and puts it on a table and dumps it on a table.
Wow.
You can see there's some other paperwork on the table.
That's pretty thorough. That
filing,
isn't it?
You see, Flash, this is what bureaucracy gets you.
Oh, I
Needless
know.
paperwork. It
There's
restricts the
I tell
ability
you what,
to
in the
live your life.
Gravelands, no bureaucracy. No
No children either.
children. No. You know where you are. Hordes of undead. No plants. Just dead. And soup. Would you like some soup?
What?
It's good soup.
Well, who make this soup if you're
I
not
did.
Okay, well, you make so much soup it is known for it in the Gravelands?
Maybe the soup can wait.
It
Let
seems,
us-
It seems
I thought you were
unusual
gonna tell
to
us
me.
a story about soup, but I'm glad that you don't. Good.
I have many stories about soup,
No,
some of which would blow your little pumpkin mind.
I don't have one.
Exactly.
Ah.
That's what I mean.
Wait, I am not sure who played who in this exchange here.
Don't you know?
We will now enter this tomb, please.
Your paperwork is in order. It seems unusual. It is identical, other than the date to the one that Klein brought us. But
When did they arrive?
he came 6 months ago.
Oh,
6 months.
6 months.
Felix strokes his plaited bright red goatee, and a gentle susurrus of smoke comes out of his ears as he thinks. Very interesting.
Let's go.
Just so you know, adventurers, I've never heard of this Dervine Klein, and I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he was finished. He was.
Yes, that was the
I can
end
never
of
tell.
my sentences, so it was definitely the end.
Okay,
Good.
great.
Sure.
It's so hard to know when I can take a drink of water with this because I don't even know when he's finishing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you make your way to the stairs and you make your way down the steps. The room that you descend into is part of an old tomb. It is covered. The floor is covered with sand that has been blown in from above, and it's obviously this whole area has been just filled in until quite recently. It has been uncovered. There are columns lying around, collapsed on the floor in different places. There are some steps leading down further into the tomb. It is quite open. Looking around at ways out, there is an exit directly in front of you. There's sort of a large archway that goes off into the darkness, and over to the right there is a smaller door that goes off over that way. The room is dimly lit by the light that is coming in from above, and you can see some dim light coming from both of the other archways. You think maybe there are some braziers lit further on.
Good. Now, just before we continue,
Yes.
I would like to clarify something that happened this morning as Flash was sitting by in the camp on the way here. I follow the deity of Erastil, who's the god of sort of frontiers and stag and this sort of stuff. And I have a third level ability, which is called Divine Ally, which allows me to pick one of my weapons at the beginning of the day, which is why I'm telling you now before we get into any sort
sensible.
of combat or any sort of thing, so because I've got to make a choice. And I would like to imbue, it's called Blade Ally, and I get 4 things that I can choose to do to a weapon. And I would like to add the ability of disrupting to my striking shortbow.
Interesting. What does disrupting do?
That will do against undead creatures an extra 1d6 of damage. On top of it, it's already 2d8 because they're it's all about the bow with this little
Pretty
Leshy.
good, isn't it?
There are other abilities it can do, like shifting and other things. It's all very exciting. It's a good little feature. I like it.
Nice.
Yeah, but he did that this morning, so I want to say that before we get
Okay.
to combat. And you're like, "Oh, you didn't tell me that," because you'd sound like Father Christmas.
It's still quite retroactive, though, isn't it? Still quite doing it.
Well, technically, we did a montage for the journey here, so we never got a chance to be like, in
That's
the
fair.
morning.
You could say it whenever, but you say it now.
Gonna put you mad.
So, what would you all like to do?
I have low light vision, Does anyone have any sort of dark vision or anything like that?
I believe as a dwarf, I have low light vision.
You do have low light vision as a dwarf.
So we can see a little bit.
A little bit.
You can see quite well with low light vision, yeah, because it's dimly lit.
Oh, it's
You're
dimly
sort
lit,
of
okay,
all right. And I believe hobgoblins have, I think they have dark vision, so you should
Pretty
be
sure they
fine.
do. I haven't
Yeah.
found it on my sheet yet, but yeah.
Should be on the front.
So we can
It should
see.
be, but it may not be, because
no, it's not.
I've had quite a busy week.
That's quite
I
right.
may have forgotten
Come on,
to
mate.
on this.
So, yes, so we can all see pretty well. So there is a big door to the front and there's a little door off to the left, did you say?
A little door off to the right.
Off to the right.
If you'd like me to cast lights, I can.
We do not need this light of yours.
Okay.
I didn't say that in character, but
I could
thank
see
you very much.
hovering over the runes of order and law. This disgusts me. But I'm really going in on this bit.
Hobgoblins have dark vision.
So these peoples have already been in and excavated, so we need not fear trap. However, if you, friends like me, are suspicious of this Durvan fellow, then may have left traps for not people to find him before, because he is being, as the Hobgoblin said, disingenuous about his character.
Very suspicious indeed.
So we must be
Slick
wary.
should go first.
This is good conclusion.
Yes, good. Yeah, good.
Slick doesn't mind going first.
Good.
Excrement. I will
I
follow.
can ask him some questions. Can't I?
Slick or I mean, that's you.
Yeah.
Would you want to ask
That's what
yourself
I
some
mean.
questions? Do you want some
Come to
time
talk
alone?
to yourself? Is
Or you
it-
want to just
Durvan.
sit in the corner and ask
I'm
yourself
already
questions?
walking in. I don't know about you.
Oh, all right.
Great.
So where are you going?
All right.
I'm halfway down the
Which
corridor.
way are you
Which
going?
way are you going?
Which way was we given
So you
again?
can go straight. You can go through the big archway straight ahead, or you can go through the smaller door to your right. Further. So it's quite a big room you're in. You're not in a corridor at the moment, but yeah.
Okay, well, I think I'd like to.
Actually, way out of character. I think
Yeah.
I should probably go ahead and check for traps. I just see my thievery. It's
Oh,
9.
do you do that? Okay.
I mean, I don't think I've got it as a monk, but I don't know. My thievery is 9. What's your thievery's like? I assume it's thievery to look for traps.
It is, yeah. Well, it's perception to look for traps and
Oh,
then
fine.
thievery to disarm.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's pretty terrible. My perception's brilliant, but my thievery's not very
My
good. So
stealth's
maybe I
pretty good.
could check for traps. What's yours?
My perception is 6.
Yeah, I got 12. Maybe I'll check for traps.
Go ahead. Make
Why
a-
don't I check for traps on this door, and then can you disarm them if there is said
Breaking the
traps?
shackles of law and the machinations of the bureaucratic is Felix Firebrand's specialty, along
see?
with Smoldering Chester.
We're starting to get along, just as I said. That's a 18.
An 18. You find no evidence of traps down either route.
There are no traps. Shall we go in this door?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll follow you.
You go through the door to the north. You make your way down. It's a very narrow passageway, this one, so you have to go in single file. So who would like to go first?
Single file in a corridor. This is going to go well, isn't it?
I will go first. I fear nothing.
I'll go second.
Then go ahead.
But you should still be able... Wait, no, he should go in the middle, because then he could see over my fiery, smoldering head.
Yes. And I can see quite far.
All right.
Yes. You
I'll
take
go
up
at
the
the
rear, young pumpkin fellow.
This sounded...
Yes. Flesh.
Oh, I thought you were just muttering about flesh, like you wanted to eat
Are we
flesh.
already walking down
Right,
while
we
we're
are
doing
all-
this?
I don't really eat anything.
Maybe we should be a little quiet.
So Felix Firefinger goes first. You're going for stealth, are you?
I will go for stealth.
Oh, my
I have a
stealth's
good
really
roll.
bad.
Oh my good god! I have just
That-
rolled 28 on my stealth
Oh
check.
my god.
I am just the most quiet little pumpkinhead.
What's your stealth like?
Well, actually, Colin, it's funny you asked that, because I have assurance stealth, which, Dan, does that give me a flat 10? Or
It
what's
means
that?
if you like, you can take 10 plus your proficiency bonus. So it's not full. You don't get the ability mod, but you could just take 10 and add your proficiency bonus, and that's your number.
Okay, which would make it 16.
Okay, so you got a 16 on stealth.
It's pretty good.
Mine's a -3. So
You are covered
let's
head
see
to
how
toe in
this goes.
light black armor.
5.
So the The Leshy is completely silent. Like, you have to keep checking to make sure that that little pumpkin head is still there. Felix, you are quite. You're pretty quiet. You're used to moving through dark things, despite the fact that I imagine you've probably got a sort of faint glow within you.
Yeah, there must be some kind of embers like on his mohawk and chest hair. I don't really know. Also, sorry, can I just really, before we went to the stealth thing, can I just quickly go? Also, Felix is definitely the best that ever was about any stealthing. I can do it all night in my sleep. So I'm going to roll now because I'm going to try and use the Firebrand braggart dedication, which means that I have to boast about something, take a disadvantage roll, and then hopefully receive bonuses on it later.
Okay.
It's the first time I've tried to use a mechanic. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
So the actual with the lowest roll on that, I got a total of I should have definitely done this and start off with 23.
A 23, very nice. Okay, yeah, that's a successful stealth check. So we'll consider that to be. It's kind of hard to judge, but yes, that is a successful stealth check. So you get the bonus to stealth that comes from your Firebrand braggart because you have proven to your fellows that you are incredibly stealthy.
So stealthy, you cannot see me. I am like a whisper in the night.
I can see you.
A blade against the oppression of bureaucracy and
I can still see
paperwork.
you.
Yes, but
I mean, your stealth is helped by the fact that any noise you make is covered by the immense of the Hobgoblin's armor creaking as he walks down the
Flat feet just like across the floor.
So you make your way down this very narrow corridor, and you find that it snakes around to the left. And just before you get there is a door on your right-hand side, or you can follow the corridor around to the left where there are some other doors. But it is a stone door which has been closed, but you have a feeling you might be able to open it.
what are you saying? Okay, I think Groot wants us to go in the door. Let us wait.
Let us check for traps again.
Let us do this together.
It's nice seeing you two get on.
It's beginning to work, isn't it? Well, that's a 25.
25, you find no traps.
There are no traps on this door.
In you go.
Only the trap of bureaucracy.
Felix opens the door.
You open the door. Inside this room, this looks like it was some kind of a mural room. You can see that there are very ancient mosaics on the walls in here.
Right.
It looks like there were once quite a lot of things in here, but it's been disturbed and a lot of stuff has been cleared out. You can see sort of empty pedestals where you think things maybe once stood. There is a camp down here, so there is you can see a bedroll, you can see a tent, you can see a small box at the side. Sitting there, but there is nobody in the tent. The tent's open.
This is intense. Right,
We've made that joke about 20 times
my
on
God,
the
yeah.
podcast. Though.
I mean, it's got to be done.
We've got to keep going.
I just, it was my intent to. What? I mean, come on, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
You double did us there.
I double did you.
We deserve that.
Yeah, you did.
We double deserved it.
Yeah. I think in terms of like terrible puns about that kind of stuff, you and I are on level pegging by now, aren't we?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you've got one more to go before.
Stop canvassing for laughs.
I mean, that was such a guy's line.
Felix Firefinger goes, announce yourselves if you are here, for the Pathfinder Society, the real one, has arrived, and it is time to make yourselves known, too.
So bang goes the stealth that I was planning so well.
Oh, yeah, you're really nailing it, my friend, yes.
Thank you.
Flash Gordon.
It echoes around the tomb, but there is no reply.
Flash Gordon.
Very well, now we will check these tents to
Flash
see.
Gordon.
Yes, let's have a look
You said I had to
inside
introduce
these
myself.
tents. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut over you
No,
there.
that's all right. People always do.
Especially the.
Should we have a little look?
You all right?
Look?
Go ahead. Perception to examine the room.
It's 27.
27. Okay, so
MC's back.
you good at perception, isn't he?
You use all these rolls up
great,
right now.
isn't it?
When,
Yeah, right.
As soon as we get into combat, you'll be back to
slick.
being a Fulton Battlestone.
Okay, so slickly you find looking around the room, you find all of the mosaics and things up on the walls, which if you have a society check, you might be able to work out what they are.
Yep.
I've got a feeling there.
Can I roll for that?
Might have been a lizard who was really good at society. I'm not sure.
What's your society?
Nothing, for I have no need of society. What is civilization when you have the freedom and also the power and the fire to fight it? For we did not start the fire.
You did.
It was always burning, since Golarion has been turning.
Did you hear
We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't light it, but we tried to fight it.
Not very well. I mean, you're on fire right now.
Yeah, it's smoldering. Smoldering.
Ever hear about the dwarf who started a fire?
Time to go.
Flash just sort of hoppity skips out of the room.
Okay.
Wait, what did you find about the mosaics?
I rolled a 4, so fuck all. Probably.
Nothing.
I mean, Flash knew this.
It shows some dude standing on top of a city, but you don't really know who it is. You do find a few bits and pieces routing through the camp, however.
Okay.
It looks like you find some things which seem to be of similar style to the room in general. So you find an ancient-looking onyx dagger. You find a mirror decorated with a serpent motif. And you find some fairly cheap-looking archaeology tools. They aren't very good. They're not very well maintained either. And you find some rations down there as well. So it looks like somebody has been living here. And you check the embers of the fire, and the fire has been lit recently. So
Rations?
Somebody has been living here.
Anyone?
Can we make a check to see how long ago? Like, judging from the ashes of the fire and stuff.
Be survival to know that.
Natural one. I think Felix just goes and puts his face into the ashes to try and find out. I will find out from...
Is that a
The fire
perception?
reignites.
As a survival check.
Do you know what? I'm going to make one of those. Is that alright?
Yeah, go on.
My eyebrows.
12.
A 12, you're not sure.
Why did I do this?
Yes. Don't get too close to the fire is the trick.
From outside the corridor here.
I think you made an ash of things. What?
Is that your...
Flash apparently says to the voice that's echoed down the corridor.
Flesh?
This Schimmel groan.
Flesh, is that your role in this group?
Well, you've got to be optimistic in the Gravelands.
To nail grim optimism? No, I can't say that.
I know.
Hey,
I was very
hang on a minute. Just from nowhere, someone kicks the door down.
You fucking said what? Just takes the hobgob's head off.
So, little Leshy, little Flash Gordon. So you've gone back out into the corridor and carried on, have you?
No, I just go out in the corridor and just wait outside the room.
Okay.
But can I make another stealth check to be like all real stealthy?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's another good one. That would be 24.
Okay, 24.
So I just sort of pootling about outside there.
So you're pretty stealthy yourself. You're aware that sort of as a group, the Hobgoblin is making a lot of... Strictly is making a lot of noise, and Felix is shouting a lot. He's sort of alternating between being incredibly stealthy and then announcing how stealthy he is to everyone.
So stealthy, unlike
Stealth Tourette's.
burning the righteous fires of freedom. I am very stealthy.
But that seems to be all there is in this room.
Yeah, we go back out. Felix goes and joins the Leshy, and
Okay.
I would like to do another stealth roll. Now, with the Firebrand bracket thing, do I the bonus that I get to this stealth roll?
Yes.
What is that? Do you know?
I believe it's a +1, I think, for a Firebrand bracket. It will say in your Firebrand bracket ability, but yeah, I think it's either +1 or plus your level.
Okay.
If it's plus your level, that's really good, but it might be probably something else.
Seems
If something seems too good to be true.
It might just be.
I'm taking
Yeah,
that.
it is a +1.
Ah, there
Okay,
you
that's
go.
quite risky to give yourself disadvantage on something for only a +1 in future. Okay.
Like I said, they are a very flavourful faction rather than necessarily a particularly effective one.
All right. Okay. There. Here we go. Oh well, it doesn't matter because I rolled really, really high. I got.
Don't you have to roll twice?
No,
that was only the once.
first.
So you give yourself a disadvantage roll the first time, and then you get a +1 to all rolls made within the next hour or so.
Right.
So, like, if you're doing something, like, climbing a mountain for an hour, or being stealthy around a dungeon for an hour, or trying to charm someone for an hour, maybe, like, that would be the thing to try and engage it in.
Right.
So my total is 29.
29, very nice. Actually, if you have a look in the Lost Omens character guide at the different faction sections, they've all got artwork for all the different factions, and some of them makes like the Megamians are lots of people sitting around reading and studying magic, weaving spells and stuff. The Knights of Last Wall are them kind of just hacking out of Last Wall, looking haggard and drained with zombies chasing after them. The Firebrand's one is just some guy hanging off a dragon by a dagger that he stabbed into it while screaming at it.
Which may or may not be a massive tall tale.
Yeah,
that time I stabbed a dragon on the way back from the pub.
This is very normal for Firebrand. We do this before breakfast. Quick dragon slaying, and then freedom of the oppressed, and then lunchtime.
So you there's a sub faction of the Firebrands who are basically the ones who still do the job they were meant to do, which is freeing slaves and stuff, and everyone else is just adventure.
Before we travel, are we going to travel back down and go into the big cabin?
You've got a couple of options. So you could either go back into the room you started in and go down the other passageway, or you could carry on down the very narrow passageway that you're going and see where that goes.
Narrow.
Do you want to go down the narrow passage?
For some reason, I'm taken by Flash Gordon's
Now,
insistent one-word instructions.
if we rest here just for 10 minutes, wait until I finish, which could be a while.
ages.
The
You
more
never know
you
when you're
finished. I never know.
Leshy. I have a spell which can give me a vague glimpse into the future, which may give us some sort of...
It's going to be another story. I mean, I think we all know that. 10 minutes.
That was the end of what I was going to say.
Oh.
Every ability you use here is one not spent bending the oppressed to your will. So very well, we will wait here for 10 minutes.
All right, which means I will cast...
But you will only have 10 minutes.
Augury. Is that how you pronounce
Yes,
it?
it is. Augury, yeah.
Which gains a vague glimpse into the future during the casting of the spell. Ask about the results of a particular course of action. The spell can predict the result 30 minutes into the future and reveals the GM's best guess amongst the following outcomes.
I mean, that does sound vague. Whenever you use Augury before, it is super vague.
Hey.
Like, it is.
Well,
it's so vague.
Augury will give you one of four answers, I believe. It'll either give you wheel,
correct.
which means the thing you are asking about will be good. It'll give you woe, which means it will be bad. It may give you wheel and woe, which means that it can have both effects. Or it might say no. It might say no answer if there's in some cases it's impossible to tell. It's impossible to
So
say.
it basically sounds a bit like, sort of an early 90s surfer dude.
Real whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, sure.
So what question are you asking of the augury as you pray to Asmodeus?
I'm going to ask, if we travel down the narrow corridor like the Leshy wants to, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad?
Okay.
Basically.
It's going to be wheel woe, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably... Yeah. But, I might as well use it,
So
because
you
it's got it.
You spend 10 minutes in contemplation, casting your spell and trying to divine the future, and you eventually receive your answer. Wheel.
Oh. Now, if we travel down this corridor, the results will be good.
All right, let's go.
So let us...
Flash just sort of hops and jumps.
Can I just ask, how subjective is this? For you, for instance, would consider it good in a very different way for me if we were back in homelands.
Well, that is open to interpretation, yes.
So this is why I'm not, also, how do you know I was not just talking about wheels in general? I do not really understand how magic works.
Who knows?
Well, I would hope the vile god that you just prayed to would know for sure, because he's God.
Well, good is better than bad, wouldn't you say?
Duh, this is why evil is the worst. Somehow
Evil is testing. I'll give you that. But bad, I'm not sure. If everybody was evil, then everybody would be normal. And normal would be chaos.
And if everybody looked the same, then we would get tired of looking at each other. With that, Felix takes the lead, not really knowing what's just happened.
That is also true.
You go to take the lead and realise that Flesh
Flash
Flash
is gone.
went ages
Flash
ago.
left at the beginning of that
I'm
conversation.
calling him Flesh now.
I know, it's going to be
Flesh.
Pumpkin flesh. Can I use the same stealth roll?
You may,
I've
yes.
actually technically went up. So I've got a stealth roll 24, and he just sort of gently, very quietly.
The two of you are very
skips
stealthy.
down
You creep ahead very quietly, and then the Hobgoblin comes.
You gotta let me make another stealth.
Go on,
roll.
make the roll.
Do you know what I mean?
Go on, Slick.
You gotta give me the option of maybe getting better.
Slickly.
13.
All right, it is better.
Yeah.
It is quieter. It's not quiet, but it is quieter.
You see, I can do it too.
Shut up.
I mean, you're talking.
So, you come across a couple of things. You come across a part where the corridor veers away to the south. So it veers away to the left from you. And opens out a little bit, so you can start walking side by side if you wanted to. And you also come to a very narrow crack in the rock that seems to be where a section of wall has broken, and it's possible to get through into a room on the other side of this broken piece of wall. So you have two options of where to go.
I could have a look in the crack.
Is the crack big enough for me to get through?
You would be able to get through there, yes,
because I'm
you are a small creature.
I am a small creature, which is pretty small.
So would you like...
Okay.
And Flash just squeezes stealthily through the crack.
You squeeze through. Your pumpkin head gets trapped. It splits and shatters. You squeeze through the gap. Probably too small for the others. Inside, you can see you're in a long room. It's about 10 foot wide and about maybe 40 foot long. At either end of it, there is a statue of a skeleton. Both of them are pointing swords at each other. And you are sort of in the middle of the room, in between both of them.
Oh.
What would you like to do, little pumpkin man?
Flash takes a look at this and just squeezes back through the crack to go and relay that.
There's a room, long room. It's two skeletons with swords pointing at each other at either end.
Did you have a good look around?
No.
Well, why don't you go and have another look?
Actually, Flesh Gordon, you can do whatever you are comfortable with for ordering people around.
Oh, this was no order. This was just a suggestion.
Well, then it is hard
Flash
to tell
just
when you
squeezes
use...
back through the crack.
No, wait, no, it's gone. Oh, shit.
Because you just argue, it's just like...
I knew
Anything
we'd
with the
get along fine.
It's the opposite of getting along.
No, you see, chaos, as I was saying, becomes normality.
So,
Well, I was going to do a bit, but I thought we'd segue into your
All right.
squeezing through the wall again.
let's stick with Squeezy Pumpkin.
Do I have to make a separate stealth roll to very, very stealthily just have a look around the room?
So a perception check. I'll keep your old stealth roll. Don't worry. It's just roll against that.
26.
Interesting.
Just to have a look around and to
Okay,
really have a close
interesting.
look at stuff.
So you find the statues. You examine the statues. You reckon that you can move the statues. You reckon that the arms holding the swords will move with a bit of work. But other than that, you find nothing else in the room.
Wait, come back, maybe. Maybe we have to do something from here to change the direction of pointing skeleton.
Yeah, because
Either of you, Slickly or Felix, you could get through this crack, but it's an athletics check to try and squeeze through the gap.
Ha! There is no thing that could hold the Felix back. Behold and watch the fire of freedom at its work.
Go ahead, friend.
Oh,
21.
21, you're in the room as well.
Ha! Nothing can hold me.
Well done, good friend. Chum.
He's talking to
Colleague.
himself again, isn't he, out there? I've got lots of soap.
That is a 15.
It's a 15. You just managed to squeeze through the group. Slickly, you're into the room as well.
Armor as well, just against stone.
Sparks go.
Stealthy squeezy.
Literally can't take you anywhere.
And it's Hellknight armor, so it's not even very practical, but it's just spikes coming off it in every direction.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing.
But I think these skeletons' arms can move.
You're all in the room now.
Well, let's do a little perception and see if there's any levers or anything.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I've had a pretty good look.
It's a 15.
15, you find nothing new.
Nothing.
Felix
new.
goes up to the statues and examines them to see if they're on some kind of runners that would mean they could move around or change direction.
Okay. You don't think they are, no. Looking at them being pointed out by what Flash Gordon's found, you reckon that the sword arm moves, but nothing else.
Then, is the sword arm on both of them movable?
Yeah, on both of them, yes. And currently both of them are pointing the swords across the room at each other.
And there's no door in this room, right?
There is no door in this room.
Maybe if we make them not fight, then something might happen.
Very well. We will lower both of the arms.
Lower your swords, friends.
While they talk about doing this, Flash just goes and squeezes into So he's just sort of looking a little bit out the crack, but he's mostly in the crack.
So you're like halfway in and out. You're the ultimate hedging of bets.
Just sort of like, yeah.
So if a bad thing happens in either room, you are technically in both.
So Slick walks up to the one on the right-hand side and lowers the sword.
Yeah, and then Felix goes on to one on the left.
Okay.
Just staring.
Yeah, at each other.
Takes a little bit of work. You put your hands on it and push, and the arms move. There's a grating of stone until finally the points of both the swords point at the ground. From somewhere out in the darkness in the tomb, you hear a cha-chunk.
Oh, I did something.
We have liberated something.
We've done something, haven't we?
Nothing like doing something somewhere else. We don't know what it was. In a
Well,
dark, creepy
something
tomb.
good happened there, didn't it?
Yay!
What did I tell you?
Flash just like squeezes through the crack away out of the room.
Just an expressionless pumpkin
Yeah, it
just
really
kind of appears out of the crack, says yay.
And there's no change in the room at all.
There's no change in the room.
There's
No, whatever
change
you
to
did.
Flash's face either. He's just got
happened.
his little.
Shall we follow that sound?
All right.
No, we can't get out of this room. We've got to go back out the crack.
Got to go back through the crack.
I mean,
Yeah.
Flash has
All
already
right.
gone through the
Athletics checks.
crack with his weird, slightly smiling face.
What'd you get?
Athletics, 13.
Easy. Yep, you get through.
Yeah, it's all right.
You've got a surprisingly
17.
high athletics
Okay.
score for a night, actually.
17.
You do manage
Yeah,
to.
I do.
You also manage to squeeze through. You don't leave. So that'd be an awful end.
Just stuck.
Stuck in a wall.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm not even sure if Flash and I've forgotten what your character called. Felix would actually get him out either.
So you reckon?
Just sort of like, never mind.
Yeah. Sorry, we're done.
Go ahead
I'm lawful
and
good.
give me perception checks. See if you can work out where the noise came from.
That's a 16 from
16. Not sure.
you man.
22 for Flash.
22 for Flash. You reckon it came from the south?
South.
Felix?
Natural 20.
A natural 20.
I'm alive with the spirit of freedom burning in my ears.
So you on the top of what's the total on that? Have you got a perception bonus?
My total is 26.
26, yeah. Okay, so on top of that, you hear very faintly from the south, from the same sort of direction of it, a sort of tink, 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 tink.
I think we have found location of Darvenklein. Follow me, Franz.
Yes.
All right.
Okay,
Let's go.
make your way down. You making stealth checks?
Why not?
Yeah. That's 24 for Flash.
Eventually it was going to happen, wasn't it?
Natural 20.
Oh, natural
Oh my
20.
god!
You're getting real good at this.
24, a natural 20,
13.
and a 13.
I am the knight.
You literally are.
The Dark Knight returns.
Surprisingly quietly make your way down the wide corridor heading south until you find yourself at a crossroads. Looking over to your left, you can see you're on the other side of the archway that you could have gone through at the start, that you didn't go through. So you know you're sort of back near the beginning. Looking to your right, you can see that there is an archway that opens out into a large room. In this room, there are several pillars stood around. There are some burning braziers hanging on either side of them. There are some statues of a humanoid figure with a dog's head holding a staff. There are a couple of those on either side of the room. There is a sarcophagus, a big stone sarcophagus, at the very top of the room. And in the corner, next to some steps, you can see there is a human man with a tiny little chisel who is just chiseling something at the steps. He's hitting it with a little hammer. He doesn't seem to have heard any of you.
Well, there's our man.
I think that's him.
Let us keep going stealthy until we're in the room.
Okay. You can try and creep up on him.
But we're not trying to pounce on him, are we?
No. We're just going in until we're quite close, and then we're going to say hello, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah, that's fine. You can get, with those stealth rolls, you can get close to him. You don't. If you're trying to get up and grab him, you need another roll. But yeah, you can get close to him. You get sort of into the room.
As we get close to him, has he got any noticeable weapons or on or around him?
No, he does not look to be armed.
Okay.
So he is approaching you. He is human. He's not. He is a Siriani. So he has dark hair, and he's wearing a big scarf around his neck, a sort of desert scarf, and has a explorer's gear done up. The gear looks ragged. It looks like he's been here a while. It's not like he's sort of been lost in the desert like a crazy hermit. Like, he's still relatively well turned out, but he's clearly been on this dig for a while. He's got a bit of a beard starting to grow.
And is there anyone else here? There's nothing else in the room.
He seems to be the only person in the room.
Okay.
Mr. Klein, I presume.
He immediately stands up, drops the chisel, and spins around and says, wait, who the hell are you?
I must say I've never heard your name. When talking about the Pathfinders, the finders of the path.
Relinquish your false claim on Pathfinderhood, for the real Pathfinders are here now, associated with the glorious Firebrands, the symbols of burning freedom.
How dare you? You are tomb robbers. Here to rob this tomb, clearly. Here,
No.
I am a member of the Pathfinder Society in good standing. I am the famous Dervin Klein.
Prove it. Show us your paperwork.
I will show you my wayfinder. He opens he takes out of his pocket and he shows you a battered-looking compass. This is the symbol of the Pathfinders.
And how do we know you did not take it of a dead Pathfinder?
It is a powerful magical artifact that can be used to find locations. Do any of you have craft? Any skill? Are you any of you trained in craft?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead and give me a craft roll.
Well, that's a natural 20 as well.
Get him out
2 in a row.
See
if I can make it a hat trick.
Very nice. So the this thing that he's holding is really battered. It is. You've seen a lot of them in the bazaars and junk shops around Sothis from when you arrived. You can buy them for very little. It doesn't even appear to work. Actually, as you look at the needle on it, it's not pointing in the right direction. You can see the paint flaking off it.
Fake. Now that there, I believe, sir. Where did you get hold of that?
I was given it.
Given it by whom?
Given it by the head of the Pathfinder Order.
Have you ever heard the story of the lying frogman?
This one actually sounds quite good.
There was once a frogman, you see, who bought himself a watch. He took it home and said, "Dad, look at my watch." His dad took it off him and said, "This isn't a watch. No, little frogman. You have been robbed." And so, good sir, I say to you, Klein, this is not yours, and I don't believe you.
I mean, I'm not sure what that story had to do with the good story. Yeah.
It's a metaphor. Well, not a metaphor. It's a simile. The fact that he's got a watch. It's not a simile either, actually.
Yeah, it's a story.
It's just some cold shit to say to someone before you smoke them.
On cue, Felix starts smoking his chest hair and his mohawk starts smoking a bit more.
Now you better start telling us the truth.
Let's have an
youngster.
intimidation check from Slickly Bickles.
Can I assist with my smoking chest hair?
Yes, you can.
That's 15.
That's just a 10.
10, that is an
So
assist.
16, yeah.
It's 2, so it's a 17.
Oh, 17, sorry.
Yeah, he says, Wait. All right, fine. I'm not really a Pathfinder. My name is Nefrin Salubi. I work at the permits office in Sothis. I found the paperwork for this dig 6 months ago, and I changed the names on it to my own name and brought my own dig crew here to try and search for riches. But you would have done the same. Think of the money that is down here. Come, there's still much here. What if we split it?
I think my pumpkin friend has something to say to you.
No.
Da, you did. You
Did
look
I?
like you have
Well,
something to say.
I
Very
just gonna say-
poignant.
Oh, I thought you were saying no to him for splitting.
No, I don't want to split it. No. But I don't want any of it.
Well, then can I have it?
No.
What? No, you
No,
are
that's
lying
no,
to
no,
Pathfinder Society
You're
and
stealing, you're a thief.
to the guards. You are a
Yes.
tomb robber.
You're a thief.
But this money would be used very well for liberating the oppressed across all the lands. What?
I'll just leave it here.
Leave it here. Why?
That wasn't our job.
Well, what was job? To
Just to have
report.
a look.
To have a
See if
look.
there were banisters, things like that.
Okay,
I
well,
haven't seen any banisters.
you
To
are
see
very
what?
fixated with Bannister.
They're very safe.
Yes, well, let us continue to have a look, but we will do it in good view of you,
He
Nethys.
holds his hand up and just sort of backs away from the
Stop.
thing he was chiseling off.
Yeah,
No, it's all right. I'm not trying to do anything.
Where are you going?
He stops. He's just standing near the sarcophagus, just with his hands in the air. It's like, I'm not doing anything.
Nethrin, what else did you find?
I did not have time to excavate the full tomb. The people who were digging. I don't know why I've actually got my hands in
I know,
there.
yeah.
It's good commitment, Dan.
Great commitment.
The people who the men I hired to do the digging, they all ran away recently. They said there were noises. They said they heard noises coming down from this room, but they're cowards.
This room that we are in?
Yes. They said that they could hear a rasping noise, but it's foolish.
And how long have you been here by yourself?
A few
Nothing.
days. Well, the guards are upstairs, but they don't mind. They are bored. They do their own things. Come, let's just take a few of the gems from the sarcophagus.
Put your hands down. And just quickly, you know the check that I made where we could find the noise, and we did that thing, and the ka-chunk thing that me and the Hobgoblin did. Did that emanate from this?
It came
point
from
as well?
this direction, but you reckon it came from the other thing. You reckon maybe it came from the little bit of corridor connecting the first room you came in with this room.
Okay, then.
So not from this room.
So we're going to take this guy with us while we look through for that bit, because I reckon that the
Yeah,
skeleton arms
probably.
revealed a secret door, didn't they? So
Let us tie his hands.
What? No, you don't need to tie me up.
Well, a thief must be tied.
well, it is typical that your kind would want to bind and oppress upon somebody else.
I've got an idea.
What do you suppose that we do? Sorry.
I think we should get the guards that he paid upstairs to guard him. So we can tell them he's a thief.
Guards can be corrupted.
I'll ask them.
And Flash just sort of skips out the room.
Flesh.
Okay.
He's quite an impulsive little fellow. I'm going to make a stealth check so you can do it really stealthily. It's not great that time. That's 14.
Okay. So you make your way. You go all the way back the way you came, or are you going to go the quick way now?
I think I'll probably just try and go the quick way. Keep my eyes open.
You go the quick way. Give me a perception check.
That will be 20.
A 20, that's fine. Okay, you make your way back along the passageway.
Flip.
Nothing eventful happens, and you totter back up the stairs to where the guards are waiting.
Guards,
Yes.
would you please come and guard your previous owner, please? He's very bad, and we need to guard him until we can sort him out. Please.
Why would we have to do that?
I'm going to class this maybe as an outrageous request, which is a skill I have because he's really, really, really cute.
This is an outrageous request.
This is an outrageous, and I can reduce request something. I can reduce the DC increases for making an outrageous request by 2.
Okay.
And if you roll a critical failure, then you get failure instead. So
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
here we go. Diplomacy check. It's okay. No, it's not. Can I make a deception check instead?
Well, no, you weren't lying. You were literally just asking.
11.
That is an outrageous request.
Yes.
But I can't stay mad at you.
No. Thank you.
I will not do what you say, but I am not angry.
If we bring him up here, will you keep an eye on him?
Okay.
All right, good.
Felix comes up the stairs.
Okay. So you see the smoke before Felix.
Oh, he's coming.
You there, guards! We have found Interloper deep in the tombs. This man has lied and paved his way with lies. He is a subject of idiocy and stupidity. He has corrupted the very nature of the Pathfinder by lying and saying he is one, but he is not. He bought a bit of that from the market and he lied. And also he's trying to steal from the tomb. You will also guard him with your lives. If you protect this tomb, then you protect it from thieves. And I want to use my Cloak of Repute to make a diplomacy check to make an impression on the guards.
Okay.
And then sort of make them do this.
All right, go for it. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check to try and impress the guards with your amazing cloak.
Here we go. Listen to Felix Firebrand on a roll of many, including 2 and also 7 plus the 1 make 10.
That is a nice coat. But no, if you bring him out, fine. I guess maybe we'll look after him. You're saying he's not a real Pathfinder,
No.
but you are real Pathfinders.
Yes.
Fine. You know what? Bring up anything he found. We'll have a look.
Oh, well.
What are you doing
just
down there?
You great robbers.
Slick
Well, I've been kind of
Yes,
staring at this guy with his hands up in the air.
Okay.
I've got him.
Turn around. I want to tie your hands.
He sort of turns around and it's all right. I'm not doing anything.
I bind his hands.
Okay. You as you go to government, he's going to make an athletics check to try and duck out to try and run from you.
Dear.
That is against your it's against your athletics DC, which is our total athletics score plus 10.
16.
16. He got an 8.
Yeah.
So he fails to do. He in fact critically fails. And as he tries to run from you, he just trips, falls over, and lands. And lands on the ground next to the sarcophagus, and just you're able to just kind of put a knee on his back. Because you've probably got spiky knees, but
yeah, spiky knees, and
but yes, you are able to restrain him.
okay. I'm going to do 2 things now.
Okay.
One, I'm going to.
Oh, that was silly trying to run away, wasn't it? Young Nethrin.
And I cast fear on him.
Oh my god. Okay, he makes a will save.
Yeah.
Which he fails.
Okay.
And he is now terrified. He's screaming and he starts crying out, "Please, please, help, help!" You guys hear from up above.
Oh,
Say
do be quiet.
He was screaming. I mean, that is that he's so scared he's actually screaming.
And then can I make a religion check on the room? Just
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, that's 26.
26.
See what I know about what's going on.
So, how do you restrain him? Do you put you got manacles or something, haven't you? You can put on him.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got little manacles on him.
You put some manacles on.
I mean, does he?
Yeah, he's done that. Yeah.
No. I mean, does he actually have
Do you have
manacles?
manacles?
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. I didn't even check. I just thought, yeah, Dan knows.
Check your inventory. I think you'll find you have some manacles.
Yeah, average manacles.
You have some average manacles. There you go.
Some average manacles. That sounds like a really sort of poor band name, doesn't it?
The average
manacles. Yeah.
It sounds like a song from Cats.
So you.
Average manacles was a cat. Anyway.
That was weird.
That was weird.
It's a pretty good religion check. So looking around the room, you reckon you can understand some of the hieroglyphs and things that are written on here, and some you recognise some of the figures. You believe that the story that some of these images are telling is of a wizard called Akmajet, a necromancer. Who grew to great power a long time ago and kept many. He had many apprentices, which he was training to become powerful. But the apprentices proved to be his undoing, as he learned that one of them was planning to betray him. So, in a fit of rage, he summoned up undead minions, killed all of his apprentices, and then walked off into the desert. He was never seen again. I'd like you to make a perception check for me, please.
Sure. Probably shouldn't have made this guy scream while I'm just down here by myself, but I feel like this guy's a bit crazy slick. Ooh, it's a 14.
It's a 14. Okay, it's not that good.
I guess having heard the shouts from downstairs, we have made our way back.
Yeah, I mean, once the guards have been unsuccessfully persuaded to come and help, I just
that's fine. Go ahead and make some perception checks, the two of you in that case. As you walk back into the room.
16.
Also 16.
16 and a 16. You are virtually into the room before the two of you become aware. Really, all of you with those perceptions of a sort of grating of stone, as you realise that the stone lid of the sarcophagus is beginning to move. Nephrim screams out in terror, and all of a sudden, a hand, a mummified hand, shoots out of the sarcophagus, grabs him by the head, and just drags him into the sarcophagus. There's a scream, and then there's a sort of crunching noise, and it goes silent for a moment. And then you get your short bow out. The stone lid of the sarcophagus crashes to the ground, and a mummy steps out of it towards you. I would like everyone to roll for initiative.
Cool.
Well, I liked those manacles.
Mummy attack!
I am going to use another of my feats now, which is that I am harmlessly cute. Or at least, I know this is Dan's one of his favourite feats.
I love it so much.
My size and demeanour make it easy for me to convince people I'm actually not really much of a threat. So I get a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative checks when I roll deception for initiative, which is higher than my perception. So I'm going to do that because I'm harmlessly cute. Oh, it's a lot. So that would be 26 for Flash.
26 for Flash. All right. What have we got then? Slick.
I got 16.
16 for Slick. And Felix?
15.
Okay. Not on. So the first person to act is the deceptively cute Flash Gordon.
So Flash looks at Mummy and said, "Oh, Mummy," and then just plugs an arrow straight at it.
All right, go ahead, make an attack with your arrow.
Oh, it's not great. It just add the.
So you're adding your attack bonus. Yep.
17.
17. The arrow goes wide.
Oh!
Murray is moving quickly as it comes out.
I'm going to try and take another with a minus. Unfortunately.
Yeah, you got minus. Okay.
For the last thing.
Yep.
No, I'm just going to try and shoot it again.
All right. Hope for that natty 20.
Yeah.
That was lame.
Okay.
Sorry, that was lame.
You effectively roll 0 in both those second rolls there.
Lame.
Actually launches
Yes,
a volley of arrows which just clatter around the sarcophagus. The mummy looks around the room at all of you and just goes, Interlopers! And it uses one action to stride across the room over to Slick. And it uses its next action to try and attack. But as it gets close, I need everybody to make a will save for me, please.
Is there a bigger fish in the room?
Nice. Probably some kind of mummy fear effect.
Oh. 23 for Flash.
23 for Flash.
20 for Slick.
Also 23 for Felix.
Yeah.
Not bad will saves.
That's pretty good. So both of the higher rolls, so both Felix and Flash Gordon.
What, even on a 20?
You manage to, all three of you feel a crushing sense of despair and fear as this creature walks in. All three of you are frightened 1.
Okay.
Which all three of you means you're taking a -1 to your attack rolls and a -1 to your AC.
Even on a 23!
Yeah.
Slick, you are paralyzed for 1 round.
Oh
you are
God.
frozen with terror.
Oh, great.
About how frightening it is. But none of you have to make the paralyzed roll again, so you know that's
So
good.
attack rolls -1 on that as well, yeah?
That's right. Not to damage, but to attack rolls and to your AC.
Frightened 1 means we can't move towards it.
So the frightened condition that you'll have is a -1 to all of your dice rolls, basically, which is not super fun for you, but it's not a -1 to AC, which is good. The paralyzed condition, you are frozen in place, you are flat-footed, and you can do no actions except recall knowledge. So you can't do anything that involves using your body. But it's only for 1 round, so it'll only be for this first round.
If I have any spells that are non-verbal, is that
no,
possible?
again, you can only recall knowledge. If it'd have to be non-verbal, non-semantic, and non-material. Which I don't think you have.
So, you know, when the zombie's bearing down, you could just recall that time when, you know, your mum said, never go into a tomb and fight a mummy, and you'd be like, oh, God damn it. What she said now.
That doesn't sound
Should
like
listen
one
to
of
your
my
mum.
stories.
With its other attack, with its next action, it's going to try and attack you. It doesn't get very high. Now, remember, you have very high AC, which you may well need. So that is going to be a 22
Against
your armor class.
And do I take a minus?
So you've
on
got a
that?
-2 to your armor class currently because you're paralyzed. But it's only for this 1 round.
Well, in that case, it's going to hit Daniel.
Oh, that's a shame.
If I didn't have that -2, it wouldn't have hit.
So he goes ahead, and he hits you for 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I need you to go ahead and make a fortitude save for me.
Mate. 24.
24, you make the save.
That's good,
You
isn't it?
have no ill effects.
How many?
He's-
12 points of damage, was it?
12 points of damage, and he's got another go. So he's gonna hit you again because you're the closest one to him.
Of course he is.
A natural 20 right there. That's
Takes a minus though, doesn't he?
He does, but it's still a natural 20. It's still a critical hit. So he then hits you. He's not. He is technically named. He is a named creature. So he's going to go ahead and take a critical card. This is familiar, isn't it? This is nice.
Yeah.
All right. Good thing we got the condition cards out.
Yeah.
Because he
Go on.
is going to. It is normal. It is double damage. Oh, it is normal damage. And you are stupefied for 3. You're stupefied 3 until you are healed. So you take. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are stupefied. You take a status penalty equal to its value. So you take a penalty of 3 on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks, will saves, spell attack rolls, Anytime you try and cast a spell while stupefied, the spell is disrupted unless you make a flat check with a DC equal a DC of 8. So until any healing gets done to you, you stupid. I'll pass that over. Oh boy. So that was not fun. That was not fun for Slick. The good news is, it's Slick's go. The bad news is, he's paralysed as well as frightened and stupefied.
And if the only thing you could do is make a recall knowledge check. Oh, but you're stupefied, so you take a penalty to that. So.
So he just walks up and just punches Slickly twice with his big mummy fists. Felix, it's your go.
I might want to make a little.
Do you want to make a recall knowledge?
Why the fuck not? Why?
All right, go on then.
Let's recall
knowledge, religion.
Yeah,
religion check rather than to recall knowledge.
A religion check about
religion check to recall knowledge about what
this is and what weaknesses.
I've been punched like this before. I remember my dad.
Oh,
you never guessed who that was.
Fucking hell, Colin.
It's fine. Get him out of the way.
Do you know when you're doing all those great dice rolls?
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna come back.
Ooh. Come on then, Felix. Felix the Firebrand. What we got?
Felix Firefinger will burn with the righteous fires of fury freedom and ignite his fists with mystical divine energy and attack the mummy with all the fires that liberty can muster.
And I'd like to do that, please. Can I was going to do a Firebrand braggart dedication to try and demoralise, but I don't think that's going to work on Doopy-Doo, a mummy, and also I don't think the +1's quite worth it when I could be attacking with my fists made of divine energy. Yeah. So I'm going to do that instead.
Okay, so you move up, you use one action to move up, you're now melee with it. What do you want? How do you want to attack? Do you want to do a flurry of blows? Do you want to do a key strike?
The mystic fists. Mm-hmm. That would only apply to the flurry of blows and not the key strike, right?
I think mystic fists are always active. I think your fists are always considered to be magical weapons.
Excellent. Okay, fine. In that case, can I do a key strike and then move up to a flurry of blows? I can't do that, can I? Because flurry of blows would be...
Flurry of blows can be a key strike. So when you cast key strike, that uses your focus point. You then get a free flurry of blows attack if you've not used it yet. So it's very, very economical. So it's one action, and you get to make 2 attacks and apply the damage for both.
Then that seems like something that I would do, then, isn't it? Let's do that then.
All right.
Liberty!
Don't forget, you do get a minus to this, unfortunately.
Oh, because I'm frightened 1.
You're a frightened 1.
And I take a 1 minus, don't I?
Oh, just 1 minus.
Just
very well.
Yeah.
In which case, I only roll +8 instead of +9. So 2 attacks. Do I count it? It went out the dice tray. Do I count it?
No.
No?
Okay.
What's the DM's decision on that?
Nah, in the dice tray.
Okay, fine. Good, because it was better. So
was it? I didn't see.
Yeah,
I picked it up and I was like, yeah, no.
So that one's 19, and the other one is a 27.
27 hits. Go ahead and roll. The 19 does not hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Cool. Does it get anything? What's the bonus?
So you get an extra. So you get to roll your normal damage, and then you get another D6 damage on top of that.
Cool.
And all of that damage can be considered to be one. What kind of damage would you like it to be?
I would like it to be divine energy, please.
Divine energy.
Because it's a mummy, so I assume that has something to do with it.
Okay.
That's a 5 and a 1, so 6 plus 3. I'm only adding my strength modifier to 1. It's a 1 roll, isn't it? So 9 total.
9 points of damage. Okay, you jump in and take a swing at him and hit him with one of your fists. You have 1 action left.
I'd like to just try that again.
All right. So you can't flurry of blows a second time.
No.
You can only do that once per round.
Sure.
But you can make a single attack.
Very well. That's probably not going to hit.
-4 to this. They're agile weapons.
Yeah, I love the addition in Pathfinder 2 where your fists count as agile weapons. It's like they bloody should do. There's like a 14. So.
14, no good. All right, round 2. Flash.
All right, Flash is gonna be like, "Ooh, you bastard!" And he's gonna plug another arrow.
Okay.
At the mummy. Come on, baby. Where's my dad?
The mummy hasn't moved, is it? It's still.
It's
just
standing
whacking
next to
the
you,
crap
yeah.
at me.
Yeah,
How far away is the
so-
mummy?
So the mummy
From
from
me.
you, it's about 20 feet away.
Okay, good.
If the mummy does not move, then I'm dead,
Hit it with an arrow.
basically,
Oh, fuck's sake.
because it's gonna.
That'd be 14. That's not enough.
14 ain't going to do
Then
nothing.
I'm going to run up.
Yeah.
So I'm behind Slick,
Okay.
and I'm going to touch both my little tiny hands to him and cast Lay on Hands.
Okay.
Which is 12 hit points plus a 1 AC for the next round, I believe.
Nice.
So you get
Oh, wow, okay.
but you get the 12 hit points.
Yep.
That's permanent, but then you get also a +1 to your AC for the next round.
And it removes the stupefied condition.
Yes, exactly.
So,
That was my intention.
Take your card back.
there we go.
Yo.
Fuck.
Dan, sorry, quickly. You know, when I
Yes.
rolled a 17 on that and it didn't hit,
Thank
would,
you,
would an 18 have hit?
An 18 would not have hit. No.
Okay, fine. Just realised that the key strikes give me a +1 bonus.
Ah, nice. Okay, but no, it would not have hit.
Never mind.
So the mummy is now free. It's now its go. So the mummy is going to. It looks around at its possible options. It takes a step action so that it can be in range of both of you, and it's going to make its first attack against Slick. That's only a 21, and you have your full AC now because you're not flat-footed anymore.
That does not hit.
Does not hit you, and now it's going to take it's going to take an attack against Little Flash.
No.
It's realised that Flash is not just some cute pumpkin. He's a genuine threat. But he's not rolling well. That's going to be it's only a 19.
No.
He smashes his fists into the ground next to both of you, but he misses. It clangs off your armour, Slick, and you're able to hop out of the way, Flash.
And that scum.
And it is now Slick's go.
Oh, Slick. Sorry, I don't know what I did.
What's the plan?
Slick's going to cast. Hang on. Sorry, team. I thought I was just going to be dead, so I didn't really look. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think that was going to happen. So, I'd like to cast. I only get fear 1. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've used your fear spell now.
Harm's no good because it's going to make it better. Alright, I will cast Spiritual Weapon.
You cast Spiritual
Yes.
Weapon, a favourite of Bubba Von Hoops.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you
Channel the
conjure,
hoops.
so you conjure up a floating mace that appears next to you. Tell us about Spiritual Weapon. What does it do?
Spiritual Weapon, a weapon made of pure magical force, materializes and attacks foes you designate within range. The
Nice.
weapon has a ghostly appearance and manifests as your deity's favorite weapon.
So what does it use as its attack bonus? I probably use your spell attack bonus.
I think it will be my spell
and
attack.
then it will be whatever the damage is. Okay. Go ahead and make an attack using your spell attack bonus. It'll be on your magic, be on your spells page.
Yes.
So roll a d20 and add your.
It's 14.
14 is a miss. But that will keep. I believe is it a concentrate spell? That one. I think.
Yes, concentrate.
So
spell,
if
it
you
can
spend
happen
an
again.
action each round, you can keep attacking it with your spiritual weapon, and you have one action left yourself because there's 2 actions to cast that. You've got 1 action left.
I'd like to take a 5-foot step out of its range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that out of range or is that?
Assuming it doesn't step up to get back in range of you,
right.
but yeah, it means it can't swing at you without moving to do so.
I mean, if I take a full withdrawal, does that mean I'm out of?
You can walk away from it, but it might get. There's no forward draw in Pathfinder, so
Of course there is,
so
yeah.
it might get an attack of opportunity. You just have to move and find out whether or not it has attack of op or not.
Okay, all right. I'll just take a 5 foot then.
Okay, you take a 5-foot step back out of its reach for the moment, and that is your go. Felix, it's your go again. You are in melee combat with the creature, as is everyone really.
Felix would like to summon his internal elemental energy of fire and roast the mummy with his energy emanation, please.
Energy emanation. So energy. Tell us about energy emanation.
Energy bursts forth from your body. You deal 1d6 of damage to your chosen type, which is fire in this situation. I don't think I get a choice because it's elemental heart. To all adjacent creatures at 3rd level, and every 2 levels after this, damage increases by 1d6.
So it's 2d6 fire damage, automatic, no save. None of the rest of you are in that area, but it just goes up on the whole area around it. So, and I can tell you, he has weakness to fire, so he'll take another 5 points of damage on top of that.
I was going to say, what did the divine damage do with my divine
Didn't do
fist?
anything extra.
Oh, okay, interesting, cool, fine. Take this internal heat of fire and feel the power of the liberated. Aha! Oh, I rolled that one so hard it came out of the dice dry. 6 from there, and it's another 5, you say, so
Yes.
that would be an 11 fire
11 points of damage. That hurts him. That hurts him. So you hit your fist together and just a gout of flame explodes from you in the room, incinerating dust around you and setting bandages on fire on the mummy. It roars in pain.
And,
how many actions is that to cast?
That was 2, so
okay,
I've got
so you've got one
left.
left.
I would like to make a normal attack now.
You could do a flurry of blows if you like, because you've done a. You can do that every round. You can just do it once per round.
So it just increases your action economy, doesn't it?
Yeah, so
Great.
submit 2 attacks for 1.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. Yeah, Felix after that just jumps up and tries to double knee the mummy in the face with
All right.
fiery knees.
It's
Go
almost
ahead.
like somebody's played a monk before.
Somebody knows a bit about monks.
Do I need to roll to hit for each blow?
You do, yes.
Okay, then I'll use a different die. I'm going to red die for that one as well. Oh, it's not going to hit. So the first one is 23.
A 23 hits.
Yay! The next one's a 16.
Okay, 16 does not hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
And now then, hang on. You explained this to me earlier. With the Mystic Strikes, do I get to choose the
No,
type
it's
of element?
magical. It's only when you do Key Strike that you can apply an elemental force to it. I
Very good.
believe.
Okay, fine. In which case, I'll just roll this normally because it will get the 3 plus 3, which is a 6 points of damage there from the jump up knee attack. Kadoosh!
Very nice. I am amazed that at the moment the monk is proving to be the most effective character class on this because it is on paper the least effective build. Like I definitely picked all of just the fun stuff for the monk, but doing some serious damage there.
Interesting.
Maybe it's the way it's being played.
They are pretty powerful. Monks.
Let's find out. Flash.
I'm going to move out of its range.
Okay.
With
yep.
one.
You step out of its range.
And just sort of, is that a 5-foot step or is that a
It's up to you. A 5-foot step will protect you from attack of op, or you can move further away, but you would risk an attack of op if it.
I'm going to try and move further away.
Okay, you move away. It does not attack you.
Brilliant.
It doesn't have attack.
And then I'm going to try and plug it with my short bow. Come on, short bow. Really need something good. Oh, it's not good. It's 19.
19, no good.
God damn it.
You've got
What
some
is the
real.
AC on this fucker.
You got some real good damage on that short bow. if you
Such
can hit
good
it.
damage on this fucking short bow. If I
Have
can
you?
hit it. Yes, I really have. I put a bonus on it and everything this morning. Okay, I'm just going to try and plug it another shot.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. It gets a -5, but that does take it up to 20.
20, no good. Might even be a -4 because I think a short bow might be agile, but if it'll say next to your short bow if it is, but if not,
It's a +1 striking short bow.
okay, so it's not +1 striking. Really good, better than anything the current Danger Club has. But unfortunately, no good. Not going to help you. So another sad little go for Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon is. I bet you're going to get the kill shot now.
Well, I better. I mean, I have at least brought Slick into the fight.
All right. That means it's the mummy's go. So the mummy's going to look at its. The mummy's going to look at its options. First thing it's going to do is it's going to take a strike. It's going to take an attack at this goddamn monk who's been annoying him.
Bring it.
Felix, I cannot roll good on this, but he's got a pretty good attack bonus, so that is going to be a 25.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that hits, yeah.
All right. That's a bit more like it. He hits you for 18 points of damage, and I'll take a fortitude save, please.
Hi. I think you'll find I'll fail that fortitude save on a roll of 12.
Oh, good. All right, then. That's just going to put a little mark down there. You feel a bit funny as it rakes its claws across you, leaving a great wound across your chest. That's its first
Oh no,
action.
my open chest piece.
Its next action, it's going to take a step to get it. It's going to take a 5-foot step to get it close to Slick. Again, he really don't like Slick.
Can I have a free attack on him because he moved?
You don't allow Slick.
No, he takes a 5-foot step, and you don't have a attack of opportunity. And he misses. He gets nothing, like a 13.
Beg for some more, are you?
He cannot land a hit on Slick, and he does not like it. Which means it's now Slick's go.
Well, can I cast a cantrip and then still do my concentration spell?
Yes, you can.
All right, then I'd like to cast shield upon myself.
Okay, that's fine. So you
And
now have a
then-
glowing shield. So you have a +2 to your AC, and you can take the shield reaction, raise shield reaction if you want to during your turn. So a glowing shield of energy appears on one of your hands, and now you're going to make your attack with your spiritual weapon.
Yes.
27 hits. So you can go ahead and roll damage for that.
Damage on the mace, right?
On a mace, yeah. So treat it like you would your normal mace.
Yeah, all right. 1d8 plus 3. So
This is because you are your deity's weapon does more damage.
damn you.
Oh no.
4.
4 points of damage. Hey, every little helps. I'm going to give you a little hint here. If you stay in melee, you're in melee with him at the moment.
Yeah.
The two of you are almost flanking him, where the two of you are standing. So if you were to take a 5-foot step, or Felix were to take a 5-foot step in his go, he would be flanked.
Okay.
Basically, you're standing on either side of him at the moment, but one of you would have to spend an action to get into that position.
I will not compromise. We will split it and take a 2.5 step each.
We might have to wait a little bit longer for that.
Oh, Lord and Chaos working together.
You've got.
I told you we'd be friends, didn't I?
How many actions is your cantrip?
My cantrip was 1.
Was one, so you got one action
I've
left.
got 1 action left.
In that case, I will move towards the creature.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so you take a 5-foot step. The creature is now flanked, which means it has -2 to its armor class against the people who are flanking it.
Only a lawful creature would compromise in such a way.
Flank you.
Felix, it is your go.
I would like to. Felix would like to bring his hands together in a mighty smack and use energy emanation again because that's a free attack that hits.
You can use it.
Doesn't
is
say,
it not
there's no
once
limits
per
on it.
day or?
Evocation primal frequency once per day.
Oh,
Written in very small words there.
Follows.
Paizo writing things small. Fine. I'm just gonna, and I can't keystrike because I haven't focused yet again.
Yeah.
So I can just flurry of blows
Flurry
and
of
then
blows.
attack normally.
Okay.
So no, hang on. I could do technically 4 attacks by using
Yeah.
flurry of blows and then 2 normal attacks.
you can definitely do that.
Okay. So. Several things happen then. 20. Oh, it's still 20. 25,
25 is a hit.
18,
18 is a miss.
right? And then the next attack.
Is it an 18 with the flank?
Yeah, I'm counting the flanking because it's a penalty to AC rather than a bonus to hit.
I see.
Again, flank you.
It was worth saying twice. The next attack, no, it was only +4, so that's only a 17.
17 miss.
And then the very last one, which is only hit on
Minus
20.
9.
No. Okay, fine. So
Okay,
one
you got
hit
one
out
hit.
of all that. It's a maximum damage point. So it's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Very good.
Just jump up and kick it really hard in its undead chin.
You knock so it moves really quickly. It's knocking aside a lot of your blows, but you manage to land one solid kick in the midst of it. Let's see if Flash can draw first blood in this fight.
Come on, Flash.
Going for the bow again.
Oh, that's better.
That's good.
That's 26.
A 26 will hit.
Yes, it will.
Blast it with your bow.
Right, that's 2d8. Oh, that's not too bad. And then 1 plus 1d6 of my anti-undead shit.
Oh, no.
That's still 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
Why is your bow so powerful again? Remind us.
It is a +1 striking short bow, which means that its base damage is 2d8.
Wow.
And I also prayed to my blade ally, which gave me the +d6 against undead.
You prayed to a blade
Well, no,
ally.
I've got a blade ally that's in the weapon.
Oh.
So I can pick which weapon it's in. I went, do that.
So there are,
Okay.
it is a specialization that paladins pick or champions pick when they hit, I think, 3rd level.
I'm a champion.
Is you can choose to basically you channel your energy either into a weapon, into a shield, or into a mount. Flash has it channeled into his weapon, so which is a bow because he worships Erastil, so he can challenge his bow. But also his bow has a +1 striking rune on, which is a pretty powerful rune. It gives you an extra damage dice. Yeah. So it is a powerful bow when you can land a hit with it.
Sweet. It is unlikely that I'll land another blow because I get a -5 to this next one, isn't it?
You get a -5 for this next one. Yeah.
Try it. You never know.
Oh, is it an agile weapon?
I don't believe it is an agile weapon. I think I would have put it there. Was
Imagine
agile.
if it was like, that's like knives and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
Range weapon.
Ooh, it's not going to be good enough. That's 20.
20, no good.
No. Now, I've got something here. I've got Retributive Strike.
Yep.
Which I can use as a ranged reprisal.
Yep.
Does that mean if one of my allies is to hit, I can plug another arrow at him?
Yes, it means you get a free attack against a creature. It means if a creature hits one of your allies, I believe that ally you can immediately grant that ally damage reduction against the hit it just took, and you get to make a free attack against the creature.
Oh, great. That would have been really useful the times that me and Colin took really bad hits from the mummy then.
But the thing that's confused me about this is because when it describes it, it still refers to the ranged reprisal as a melee strike.
It does, and that's why range retribution, the extra feat that you have, turns it into a. So there's one. The normal retribution strike is melee only, and then you have another feat in there called range. Is it range retribution?
Range reprisal.
Yes.
Range reprisal.
Range reprisal.
Which then means that you can now do it with ranged attacks or polearms, but you don't have polearms. So.
Because can I do it with my bow?
You can do it with your bow.
Well, yeah, because it's very
as long
confusing.
as you stay within 15 feet of the mummy.
No, because it says, in addition, if the foe has triggered your action within 5 feet of your reach, but not on your reach, as part of your action, you can step in to put the foe. I suppose you can step in and take the plug.
It's because you have to be within 15 feet, and the reach of a polearm is 10 feet. So you can stand 15 feet away with like a spear, and it means that if you've got a spear, you could step 5 feet and make the attack. But with a bow, you can just make the attack.
Okay,
that's quite a nice one to have.
I'm going to move within 15 feet.
Okay.
I have to be in range of this.
So you are now in range for if it takes if it lands a hit on one of your allies, you get a free attack.
Is that just one?
You can only make one reaction per turn, but there is no limit to how many you can do across a day.
That would have been useful.
And let's find out if it works, because it's going to throw some punches now. It's going to go for its first one. It's going to use its highest base attack bonus to try and hit that damn Slickly Bickles. Oh, it's an 18.
Does not hit. I don't know why Ed Johnson's here. But
Johnson disapproves. It's going to make its next attack against goddamn Slick again. It's even worse. It's a 16. And it wheels around on Felix,
That is a shame.
hoping for that natural 20.
It's close.
It's close, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's going to be a... I don't know, actually. I don't know. So that is going to be... There's a 25.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I mean, what did you
how does
hesitate about that?
How is that not even... Wait, hang on. What? Because you rolled an... Okay, yeah, right.
So he has a plus 16, and then it's an agile weapon, so he's then at a minus 9 from that.
Yeah, it beats the
So
AC.
he gets you. I ask because Slick has a really, really good AC when he's got his magic shield up. So it may not, but that does land a hit. Does anyone want to do anything while I'm rolling my damage?
That was kind. That was very kind.
Because I was waiting because you will get a 2 plus my level, which is 4, resistance to all damage.
Okay,
so you're going to get 6 off this.
Okay.
Apparently, I don't know how that works with me being 15 feet away from you, but I think you're just inspired by
So I'll go and
head.
Yeah.
You basically reach out with your divine energy and protect your ally. So I'm just going to take. I rolled a 6 on that die, so I'm going to take that die away.
Yay.
So that doesn't do anything. So that means you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
And he's gonna go on. You do.
You don't need you to roll a fortitude save. That's fine. I would like you, however, to make your attack roll.
How dare you? Oh no! Forget that. It's fine. It's okay.
Oh, retribution. I mean, he technically doesn't have any eyes, so Lord knows. There's the terror, this tiny little armoured pumpkin with no discernible sort of way of facing.
He's got
it's just
a little male shirt on as well, like a little tiny male shirt.
It's just firing arrows into your vicinity. Okay, but it doesn't hit. But that is the mummy's go. So he managed to get a hit in, but you are protected against some of that damage by an ability which, for some reason, the pumpkin was only just able to do.
Yes. Almost like he didn't quite understand his own abilities.
Slick, it's your go.
Now, technically, if I make a hit with my spiritual weapon, does that mean if I then hit with my weapon, I do not take a reduction?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Spiritual weapon doesn't count towards your.
I would double check. I know you're not Karagor, but Karagor, how are you doing on your hit points?
Felix.
Felix.
I'm at 28. Should I have delivered that in a slightly more?
No, it's all right. It's all right. I was just wondering.
If the flames of freedom were burning in me at a high level before, then they are burning at me like, say, instead of a large brazier, maybe just a couple of fires.
Yes, I understand.
Don't know what I'm...
All right, well, my mace is going to hit.
We burn braziers where I'm from.
The spiritual mace is going to hit.
Dwarves where I'm from.
First.
Very passionate about freedom and feminism.
Bollocks at 3. Hang on. 1d8 plus 3. 5 points of damage.
Oh, does it? What did you roll to hit?
It's my spiritual weapon.
Yes, you need to roll to hit. It still has to make an attack roll.
I see.
It uses
Okay.
your spell attack bonus.
Of course it does, yeah. Sorry, my mistake. Natural 20, mate.
Oh, it's a critical hit.
Hey.
Beautiful. So that is a critical hit card. Here we go.
Here we go.
And that is going to be you're allowed to use either the spell one or the bludgeoning one because it's a bludgeoning magic.
The spell or the bludgeoning? Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a look and see what's better. A bludgeoning or a spell? Oh, okay. Let's go for the bludgeoning.
Going for the bludgeoning. What's the bludgeoning?
Triple damage.
Oh, God.
And the target is knocked prone.
Oh no!
Yeah, what's it called? Fuck you.
Well, there's cards.
No, they never got a name.
It's called clocked.
Clocked.
I think I clocked him. Okay, triple damage coming up. That's 6, 12, 18 points of
18
damage.
Points of damage.
For the skeleton.
All right.
Then it's now my roll.
Yep.
For
So
my
the
mace,
mace just
which is
smashes the skeleton, knocks it to the ground. So it's going to have even more penalties to its AC.
That's probably not going to hit. I don't know. I get Nah. It's like 16.
16, no good.
Okay.
Even though it's on the ground, it's still managing to move and wriggle out of the way of your attacks. You got one action left. What's it going to be?
Gonna cast that shield again.
Bring your shield up. Very sensible.
Yeah.
See, the nice thing about the shield spell, if you have it on a combat character like Slick, is that it means you don't have to carry a physical shield with you, so you permanently have one free hand. So if you want to do stuff like throwing bombs or anything like that, it's easy to do.
I forgot I've got
whereas your
bombs.
whereas say like Flash has got a shield that you can use. It has lots of cool abilities, but you basically have to spend a turn getting it off your back and strapping it on and using it if you want to use it.
I've also got a little longsword, but it's lame.
It is pretty lame.
Yeah.
Very, much better. Okay, very good round for Slick. Felix, it's your go. He's on the floor.
And he's prone.
Felix jumps up into the air and tries to use his fists of freedom to free the mummy from his unlifely life.
Okay.
Flurry of blows,
All right.
and then attack. Okay. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
22?
22 hits.
Oh, thank God for that, because the next one fucking doesn't. Yeah, that's only the next one will be it's like 11.
No.
Yeah, okay,
Hope you enjoyed
fine.
that, Dangerlings. That was a...
So -5 on this one, +4. That one's a 22.
That hits.
Yeah, it goes to 2 hits.
2 hits,
And
final
then
one.
the final one's only going to be a net 20. It's a minus. Oh, hang on. Okay, right. I rolled a 19. It's a minus what on the third attack?
It's a -9.
Okay, so it's a 10 plus 9 is 19.
19 is a hit because he's prone and flanked.
Oh, sweet. So 3 hits total.
3 hits on this guy.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to roll 3d6.
You add your strength bonus to each one of these.
Oh my God. Okay, so each one is still...
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4, 8... 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Very nice. You just pummel this mummy while he's on the ground. Poor guy. Flash.
Oh, he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna look down his
Mummy
bow, he's
Guardians,
gonna
man. They're pretty
take a
powerful.
shot. Oh, is 19 a hit?
A 19 with a ranged attack is not a hit, I'm afraid. You don't get the bonuses when he's prone because you're at range.
Oh, it's so lame. So lame.
I guess when someone's lying down, it's make them hard
they're
to
a
hit.
harder
isn't it?
target.
Yeah, I guess so.
I suppose so. Well, I'm just going to take another shot.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. That's a -5, but that still gives him a 24.
Hits.
Yes! Take this! Oh dear.
Wow.
Wow. The one guy who stacked up to fight the undead is rolling
Fucking
so
pumpkin.
badly. It's almost... Oh, my God. Oh my God.
How many ones was that?
That was 2 1s and a 2, so that's 4 points of damage. Now the max damage on this bow would be 22.
Yeah.
Oh my
and I just
God.
rolled 4.
4 points
So
of
there we go.
damage.
Unbelievable.
You kind of hit
And-
his toe.
For my... yeah.
Your final action.
I mean, we might as well just try and take another shot. I mean, why not? Let's say, fuck it.
Okay. It's just arrows everywhere.
Just everywhere.
Sit around.
I'm so lame.
All right, so it's the mummy's go. The mummy has to spend one action standing up.
Free attack.
Nope. Damn it. Nice try. Fulton Battlestone would have got a free attack.
Fighters.
We can roll and see what that would have been. And I think it would have been a miss. So he... just so we know. So the mummy uses it, but it does take one of its actions to stand back up. Gets back on its feet. It's gonna get Slickly. It's gonna get goddamn Slickly. Natural one!
That's a critical fumble.
Slick. Strikes again.
That is a fumble. Oh, it is technically unarmed. You are clumsy 1 and enfeebled 2.
What's that called?
It
Pity.
is called Bad Jam.
Bad jam.
Oh God.
Bad jam.
Yeah, he's had a bad
It's
jam.
written by the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles or something. I mean, what is...
I guess
It's
it's
got the bad jam.
in a bad jam as
I
opposed
guess
to,
he's oh God. Well,
a cheap strawberry from Tesco's.
a cheap strawberry from Tesco.
That's shit jam.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
So
all
you
right.
can get it for like 19 pence though.
Oh my God! Right, okay. So he's clumsy and enfeebled. So he's taking a penalty. He's taking a penalty on AC, reflex saves, dex saves, acrobatic, stealth, thievery, and also on strength. Yes. He punches himself in the balls, which, even though they are embalmed, he still lets out a "oh" and kind of half doubles over.
Yeah.
And with his final action, from Hell's Heart, he stabs at thee, Slickly Bickles, and misses. God! It's your go, Slick.
Right.
This mummy was so frightening when he first appeared.
Yeah.
Okay, so again with the spirituals.
Spiritual weapon.
That is a 26.
26 hits.
Alright, let's do the damage on that first. That's better, isn't it? 8 points of damage.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you at somehow 8 points of damage. All right.
And then with my own mace.
All right.
It's not gonna hit.
No good.
And then I'm gonna cast that shield again.
You can bring up the shield again. Still holding out. Yeah. It's back on its feet.
Cantrip then.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a great
Again and again.
spell. Velda, take some notes on that because that spell is great to have.
Great, isn't it?
It's Felix's go. Flaming Felix Firefinger.
Why won't you die?
Oh, is that a bit of his Scottish heritage coming out there?
Yeah,
Fulton Battlestone calls from the top of the
We were
stairs.
talking about this before we did the
But
recording.
there's no Battlestone, so...
all dwarves somehow are Scottish. But if you go far enough, it's just that this one's family hasn't really been.
The Night Soil Man from this week's episode of Danger Club just wheels his barrow past and goes, "You're better than that."
yeah.
Yeah.
Good reference.
I will
God, I
take
hope I've got the episode right.
Freedom Flurry of Blows. Here we go. Shit. Actually, let's shut.
Yes.
Oh, shut. Oh, yeah. 20
You've gone
and then
full Scottish now. Like.
20 and then 90. The other one's like less than that. So.
A miss and a miss.
Okay, fine.
Playing a monk is just like playing Warhammer, isn't it? You just throw fistfuls of dice.
14.
14 is a miss.
Come on.
Oh. What is it again? It's
That's only
minus
9.
9 on the last one, so
Yeah.
if there's a plus, that's minus 9. Oh, no. He's not prone anymore, is
He's
he?
not prone anymore.
Okay,
He's-
then fine, doesn't hit. Damn, that was really close.
AC 21. Okay. He blocks all of your strikes. He's just got a hateful look at Slickly, like he's definitely going to get him. But first, before he gets a chance, it's Flash's go.
Oh, I've got no eyes. What's the point? Oh, the exact thing.
Oh no.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Pumpkin, man.
Just terrible at...
Okay, so,
one of the things
Slick-
he's supposed to be good.
Flash misses with an arrow.
Yeah. There's another one for the collection. Oh, that's better. That'll be a 24.
24 will hit.
Yay! More of
Max damage,
averages,
max damage,
yeah.
max damage.
Finally
24,
managed
24.
to lay a strike
What the
in.
fuck, James?
Jesus.
Same
It was
dice.
Exactly the same
Exactly
roll.
the same roll. Let's see if it can happen again.
Come
on
on,
the
come
same
on.
dice
What's
here.
the disrupt going to be?
Oh,
Okay.
it's only 3.
okay.
So, it's still pathetic. A 6.
6.
6.
It's got to go down soon. Like,
God, imagine if you brought that lizard, right? A tiny pumpkin. Who'd have thought a tiny pumpkin?
It's so
Yeah.
shit.
Like the ability is he's deceptively cute, but I think he's just kind of cute. He does appear to be harmless and is mostly harmless.
Mostly harmless. I mean, it's lucky I didn't build this character.
Yeah,
'cause,
right.
you know,
I'd be
like,
well embarrassed if I.
Yeah, if
what's
somebody
going on with all the guards? Did they not come down?
Nah, they stay up the top.
Just because
Dicks.
Because I've got something that gives me a bonus to diplomacy, and my diplomacy is 2.
Yep.
2.
Yeah, he's deception. But like I say, you know, some of these were in a bit of a hurry.
Yeah. That's not a hit either.
Okay, you
That's-
fire a volley of arrows. You get one hit, which is surges with holy energy as it kind of sort of hits him. Does a bit of damage, which means it's his go. Which means
You'll never get me, says Slick.
I will get you. He
I
says.
shouldn't have said that.
Come on.
What you got?
All right, so that is going to be a 31.
Yeah, that gets, doesn't it?
There we go.
Gets
So
me.
he's got a -1 to his he has a -1 to his damage because he's still enfeebled.
Yes, he also gets a -6.
Oh, you're throwing in your reaction there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's fine.
Thank
All
you.
right, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And can I get a fortitude save from Slick?
Anything?
No. You're on your own. Oh,
That's for 20 minutes.
20. You are absolutely fine. And do you want to make your reaction
With my
shot there,
blank
Flash?
staring eyes.
Stare him down.
Oh, it's actually all right.
21.
A 21 Miss.
Well, how many points was that?
That was 4, 5, 6, 8. Sorry, 8 points
Thank
of
you.
bludgeoning damage you took there from that. He's got 2 actions left. He's going to spin around. He's going to hit this monk. He might actually do it. He's having a final flurry here. I can tell you that. That's going to be a hit. It might be a critical hit. I don't know. It's not going to be a critical hit.
Good stream of consciousness there, Dan.
Thank you. So I don't know. Is a 29 a critical hit?
Well, the AC is 21.
21. So no, it is not. So it's just a regular old boring hit for 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
The fighters of freedom are burning slightly less powerful within me.
And he's got 1 action left. Let's go ahead and just roll to decide. He's staying on slick. He knows where his blood is. No, it's a 2. It's a 2. But fortunately, he is no longer clumsy, and he's no longer enfeebled. He loses that condition. He recovers from that. He shakes off his...
Has it been 3 rounds already?
Yeah, I think it's
You are clumsy and enfeebled too, so it lasts for 1 round.
24.
That's going to be a hit. It's with the old spiritual, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's better. 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay, you blast him with the mace, and he staggers sideways. Still up.
Still up.
Still
All
up.
right.
He's gonna get you. He's got his full. He's not enfeebled anymore.
Okay.
What you got, Slickly Bickles? You spiky hobgoblin.
I don't know.
Like a goblin, but hobby.
Oh, all right. I was just going to hit you with my mace then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hit me with my mace then.
I was going to maybe do something else, but actually no.
We got this. This is Junk Golem 2.0.
That is a 25.
Hits.
Come on.
Wait, are you taking with your...
That's 7.
And you kill the mummy.
Yes!
What were you going to say, James?
No, that's all right. You're using your magic mace again.
Magic mace was first. Second was just my own mace.
It's regular
That's
mace.
That's not the attack roll for your
Oh
mace.
shit! No, you're right.
Oh.
I'm terribly sorry to point that out.
Oh
but
no, it's fine. Oh
is it
no!
Mummy gets back up as we go to the judges.
Hold on.
21 was the
21 with flanking still hits him. He goes back down again.
Good. Sorry to point that out, but I was like, oh.
No, thank you for pointing that out.
Exactly
Yeah.
a hit.
Wait, but did you take the -5?
No, I didn't get it because it was a
'cause
spiritual
it's-
weapon and then my own mace.
Oh, so spiritual weapon counts as a free attack.
Spiritual
Yeah,
weapon
yeah,
is
yeah. Yes,
a
it
magical
does, because
attack.
it's something
not
else.
a strike.
Mummy gets back up again, gets down again.
Oh, no, come on, seriously.
I'd stay down if I were you.
You slam your mace into the mummy and it crumbles to dust at your feet. You find the ruins of the poor fake Pathfinder dead in the sarcophagus. Nephrim has been ripped apart, but it does mean you're able to get your manacles back from him, and you are able to return back up the top to the guards, who are all sort of looking warily at where they heard all the noises coming from.
Felix does so, clutching his open chest wound from his open chest piece and like nursing his broken nose and stuff, and like,
Have a healing potion.
No, brother, please. I have got several of my own. You keep them. You did very well in this fight for
I
such
didn't.
tiny plant person. I will wear these scars as badge of honor.
And with that, you get back on your camels and you ride back to the Pathfinder Lodge, where you're able to report on the mission that you have completed. The Pathfinders are extremely pleased to hear that you have managed to succeed in securing the site. They're very concerned that somebody managed to infiltrate it, somebody managed to get in there. It seems that somebody intercepted the permission and forged it. That was how Nephrim was able to do it.
You explained it.
I did. He explained there, but yes, he Pathfinder explains it to you.
Is he? Yeah, is he? Path-splaining.
Pathfinder, they do
Yeah.
this all the time, which is really annoying.
we found it out. Oh God, fine,
You
whatever.
said that.
Fine, finish your sentence.
Yes,
Feel better.
I'm glad I was able to impart this knowledge on you. Just to let you go.
Imparting knowledge is one of the finest things one can do to some other person, and one being against one other is good, don't you think? young person.
Sure.
You've never sounded more like a member of the British royalty, I have to say. Right? Yes, one.
Well, you are all free to return back to your own factions and tell them that you will tell them that the Pathfinders are greatly impressed by this, and it will improve our relations no end.
So you'll come to the Gravelands and fight the endless hordes of the Whispering Tyrant.
And you will help the Firebrands also rid the land of the scourge of the Hellknights, which hold people in slavery.
Right, good. Next Tuesday?
I've got a thing next Tuesday, but you know what? Write it down in a letter and send it over, and I will get right on that.
Might I be so bold, my two new friends? Maybe we should go off and fight the good fight together.
Slickly Bickley. Yeah, I've seen you fight, and it was honorable in the way that I would expect of a Hell Knight. It was implacable and impressive. However, I would still like to challenge your honor in a one-on-one duel, fought at a place of your choosing. Not today, but one day we will clash, for my people and your people will never see eye to eye, and as long as your people walk or live or whatever you hell people do, then it is a blemish on the honor of the fair Firebrands which live to free all peoples. One day you and I will fight.
Have you ever heard the story?
And as Slickly Bickles tells another story to his newfound friends, we zoom out from Osiria and we say farewell to Felix Firefinger, the fire dwarf monk, Firebrand braggart. We say goodbye to Slickly Bickles, the hobgoblin cleric of Asmodeus, Hellknight Armiger. We say goodbye to poor, wonderfully effective little Flash Gordon, the Leshy paladin knight of Last Wall. And we wonder if any of them will ever come back up in our adventures. If you would like to find any of those characters, if you'd like to find any of those, not those characters specifically.
Not these characters, no. You'll find them in the bin.
If you'd like to find any of the lizard folk race that we didn't get a chance to play with, the hobgoblin, the leshy, the various types of leshy, there's loads of different leshies, lots of different hobgoblins, loads of variants of different types of races, and all of the factions in there, plus some others we didn't play with as well. You can find it all in the Lost Omens character guide. The Lost Omens world guide is worth reading as well. There are a few rules from that we used. If you're eagle-eyed, you'll have spotted a few of those in the characters as well. But you don't necessarily need them to play the game, but we think it probably makes it a bit better. Either way, we will be back on Monday with more Danger Club action. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special, very silly Raunch in the Desert, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye, fellow Firebrands.
I do love a good raunch.
Desert Ranch is my favourite, actually.
Goodbye.
Well done. That was a lot of fun.